will continue to be segregated in schools and work settings. It's one of the recommendations that won't be adopted by the federal government. Only 13 of more than 200 recommendations made by the Disability Royal Commission have been initially accepted. Social Services Minister Amanda Rishworth says more work is being done on the other proposals.
Governments, both Commonwealth and state and territory, have worked together in most cases to form a common position on recommendations where there is joint responsibility. And we are absolutely committed to continuing this work in order to sustain long-term, meaningful change for people with disability.
The political leader of militant group Hamas has been killed in Iran. Iranian state media and Hamas itself say Ismail Haniyeh was killed in Tehran, but no further details about how he was killed have been revealed. An Israeli minister says the death makes the world a better place. Former ambassador to Israel, Senator Dave Sharma, says there are still 2 Hamas military leaders whose whereabouts and status are currently unknown.
This is a big statement, I guess you could say, that Israel has shown, assuming it is indeed responsible for this, that the leadership is not exempt and it doesn't matter where they are. They don't necessarily need to be in Gaza or adjoining Israel. They will be considered to be a legitimate military target.
A prospect couple have become multi-millionaires. Their numbers came up in last night's Oz Lotto draw. Their win is worth a whopping $8 million. The pair plan to take a break and a holiday, as well as help out some family members doing it tough. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Meet Crows and Port AFL stars at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
It's day 5 of the Olympics. The women's triathlon is underway, with competitors braving the Seine before they jumped on bikes to hit the streets. Kyle Chalmers, Molly O'Callaghan and Shayna Jack will be swimming for medals, and the Matildas have a must-win game against the USA. Well, the 30,000 Phase 1 tickets for the Socceroos v China at Adelaide Oval in October are now sold out. There'll be a second and final release of tickets in late September. Crows skipper Jordan Dawson is set to return from concussion to face the Cats in Geelong on Saturday. And an all-time AFL club membership record has been broken, with 1 in 22 Australians currently signed up. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
G'day there. A couple of crashes to look out for this afternoon. One at Brighton Road near Seeker Road at South Brighton. Another one at Eastwood, Fullerton Road near Hortfield Terrace. That's affecting out of town at the moment on Fullerton Road. Slow for works at the moment at Plimpton, Marion Road near Anzac Highway, with cameras Burbridge Road, West Beach, and Kettleville Terrace at Kent Town. Enough is enough. Make a painted promise to end violence against women and children. Sign up or donate at polishman.com. Together, we can create a safer future. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy this afternoon, sunny tomorrow 18, Friday a shower or two 17, Saturday partly cloudy and 16. Right now it's 18 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, Australia's backstroke queen has claimed her crown, while Simone Biles, known as the greatest, grabs redemption. We're live to Brenton Raglas in Paris. A rise in inflation, so will it also push up interest rates? And hundreds of jobs to go as Rex enters administration. What it means for SA regional flights. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show.
Get around the little fuck!
Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Pick the beauty! Yeah, it's 6 after 4 on this wonderfully sunny Wednesday. Yet another cracking day here in Adelaide, back to back. Just like some gold that continues to come in Paris for our Aussies, and the build up to round 21. It is slowly beginning as I welcome Rowey and Timmy G.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. A terrific day, like you said, mate. An absolute beauty. Thanks for joining us. Tune in. Call up or text into the show. We love your interaction. We love you getting involved in the show as I welcome the co-host, Stephen Rowe. Did you get a lot more Olympic moments in your life last night? I got to say, I started yelling at the TV, so I'm starting to get really involved.
Yeah. I think I will tomorrow morning at 5:58 when Cole Chalmers is there, because we know him.
Yeah.
We love the Matildas. They play USA 2:30 tomorrow morning. We love them. So yeah, I am. My wife just is. She lives and breathes it.
That's good.
So I get swept up with her.
Yeah.
Very rarely does she sit up in her chair and watch telly, but she actually sits up in her chair and watches the Olympics. Normally she just lays down.
Yeah.
Could you sit up, mate? That's what I say. She loves it.
Well, 9 now.
Well, she hasn't been.
I must admit, because you watch either Channel 9 or the Gem stations, and you sort of look at see what's happening, and I knew. Because we're all over it as a sports show, I knew that the Boomers were coming on at 9 o'clock our time.
Yes.
And they weren't coming on. So quickly, on to 9 now. Boom, go. What do you want to watch? Boom, just hit it. There it is. Unbelievable.
It is fantastic.
And
they're doing a great job.
They're doing a great job. It's
I saw Matty Pavlich doing interviews by the pool. He's been at the equestrian. We've had Mark Taylor up on the synchronised swimming.
Yeah.
We love these people. I think that's great.
Well, I think for years we've probably knew what we were going to expect with Seven for a long time, isn't
Correct.
it? And I think now we're getting new faces, new voices, and going, oh, this is different.
I like it.
And obviously the ratings are very successful as well. So going beautifully, talking about the Olympics, we got gold again. So we've added another one to our tally. We've got 6th gold. It's our 6th gold, but we are 3rd now on the tally.
5 in the pool.
Which is 5 in the pool. And every single gold won by the women. They've been carrying us a heavy load. Well, carrying you and I, no doubt.
They've been carrying us for years.
But it was Carly McEwen, and she won the 100-metre breaststroke. It was brilliant.
Expectation, I think, is a privilege, and if you get that privilege, it's something special. I like to think I have a little superpower, and that's my dad, so I believe he was with me tonight. So, yeah, I'm over the moon.
Sorry, I thought I said backstroke.
No, backstroke.
My apologies. It was definitely backstroke, because no, there was none of that happening. She was no Susie O'Neill, let me tell you. But what a victory.
Sorry, we're going to get to Cold Chalmers, but this just tickled my fancy. Row, thanks for telling us it would be un-South Australia not to get up at 5 a.m. to watch Chalmers swimming. He didn't swim this morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's a good call. And they got up, see? That's how dedicated they are.
Can we flick them a $50 Powers voucher or something?
A couple of tickets to the movies at least.
I'm sure I said Thursday morning at 5:58, Cold Chalmers swims for gold.
I reckon it's one of your things where you just go, get up tomorrow morning.
A fickle.
Yeah, I reckon you might.
Yeah, just support your odds.
Well, Matilda's at 2:30 tomorrow morning, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
There's a fair
so
bit
make sure you're up for the Matildas.
There is a fair bit happening. I might get you to summarise in a moment.
No, you're best at that. You do that.
Okay, I'll do that as well.
Jimmy, it's your opener.
Now, I just spoke about watching the Boomers, and they played Canada. We know Canada are highly rated. They've got a lot of NBA players. They do. But I watched the first half, and I got to say, I thought our guys playing. Josh Giddey had a brilliant first half. I thought they were playing really well. Now, there's going to be basketball aficionados who have much better knowledge than me, so please, this is where I need your help. 8223 0000 or on the unique Homestyle Food text. But I was frustrated because I thought, well, we went in at half time, 4 points up. You knew that Canada weren't going to be happy with that. They're going to have something, up their sleeve for the second half. They attacked Josh Giddey. They just went to him and just basically tried to take him out of the game.
He's the playmaker.
I felt like there was a couple of guys not performing at their best, and getting your minutes right. We heard Andrew Gay say it the other day. Getting your minutes right were important. He kept playing Kay and Green, and I just didn't think those two were giving us anywhere near enough. And even Paddy Mills didn't have a great night. But McVeigh, who got very little time, is a very good three-point shooter. He's a very good three-point shooter. I thought,
and in form,
what we might be able to do is just. Now, at that first time out, he left the time out a bit late too, for my liking, because they were 8 points up by the time. I was all over it.
I know you host the 36ers pre-match and post-match, but you're getting out. You stay in your lane, mate.
Well, once you've done one game,
stay in your lane.
I loved. I saw this meme the other day that somebody's sitting on a couch in their pajamas and the cake. Right, I'm ready to rip into everybody in the Olympics now, which is spot on. That's what we do. So anyway, I said, no, this is wrong. I was thinking, what you do is they're attacking Giddey, leave. They won't pay any attention to McVeigh because they don't know who he is. Get it out to him. He can shoot those bombs, and we'll be back in it. We left it too late, I felt like. So I reckon it was one that got away. Anyway, Paddy Mills, well, he spoke about it after the game.
This is the Olympics, and there's small margin for errors if we want to be where we want to be. But I think this is a big learning curve for us, facing this type of adversity, this quality of team, and just understanding it's every possession matters.
He you go. I reckon they're going to be kicking themselves a bit on that one. But if they qualify through, I reckon they'd have confidence if they met Canada once again. I reckon they'd have confidence. So, not all's lost.
No, not all's lost. Let's hope we do well. Just talking about being an expert, you were there on the basketball. I remember watching the skateboarding the other night. We're going, they're useless. What's the Australian girl? She can't land anything. And I was banging her. I was the best skateboard expert ever. And then Jodie said she's 14, Steve.
Yes, exactly.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, that's a good call. We've got to be careful.
You've got to be careful.
Jess Fox in the C1, she's coming up. She's having another crack at that, which is the one she won in Tokyo, gold medal, of course. Kookaburra's lost 2-6 to Belgium. So we've got a special guest later on who might be able to give us a bit of an insight into
Rick Charlesworth.
Yes, where are
one
they
of my
now?
favourites.
Absolute champion. The Rugby Sevens women's, this was a bit tragic, actually. They had a commanding lead in the semi, coughed it up. I think they were 12 zip up at one stage. Yeah. So they coughed that up. They then went into the bronze medal game and lost that. So they're without medal. And it feels like they could have been
my favourite medal, I reckon it was Rio when they won gold. They won it in the first 3 days.
Yeah.
I thought that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then they didn't quite do well enough in Tokyo, and I thought they'd back up and win gold. I thought they were red-hot favourite.
Yeah, I think they're going to go home really disappointed.
They will.
Really shattered, poor buggers. Alexi Popperin doing okay. He's in the third round of the tennis. Is that the first Aussie to be able to do that in Olympics?
First Aussie since Leighton Hewitt in 2012 London.
Wow, how good's that?
Lost to Djokovic.
Yeah. Well, a man who knows how to win a 100-metre final, he's done it before. He's come silver in Tokyo, and he's going again, is our own Kyle Chalmers, and here he is ahead of the final.
It's going to be a big challenge. Obviously, there's 3 guys that now have a faster PB than I do, so it's going to take a lot to be there tomorrow night, but I'm going to do everything I possibly can to be there, but just to be in the Olympic final again is very, very special.
Yeah, it's a huge event, isn't it? I just think he's got the experience and the maturity to really give it a big shake.
Well, I don't know who his coach is. Maybe his dad needs to speak when we get Jack on the phone to him. He was talking up his opposition. Maybe that's his speed. 3 guys had PBs faster than him. He swam a world record 2 days ago. I think he's doing all right.
You can do it all right.
He is a fox.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, God, I hope he wins.
I do like that.
He's a wily old fox, this bloke.
No,
you know he collects reptiles.
Snakes
and lizards and all sorts.
So speak nice to him. Logan Martin going for BMX gold. So that might be one that you might be able to judge on, what he does and how he does it.
Oh, I was a BMX bandit years ago.
Exactly. It's actually
I'm a Finland skid kid, mate.
Now they were the days. They're still going, actually.
Oh, they are.
Still going at Finland. So back-to-back gold, actually, because he won in Tokyo. So little champion there, Logan. Go all the best there, mate. Moving on to a little bit of football. We've got Riley O'Brien, of course, vice-captain of the Adelaide Crows. Well, he said, we're going to go down to Cardinia Park and we're going down for the win.
I love going down Geelong. The last couple of times we've played pretty well there and just gave them a shake, but we haven't quite got it done. So we'd love to go down there and get the win. So it's been obviously a while for the club, but we really rate our chances and look forward to going down there and playing our way and getting the win.
There you go. What do you think of that confidence?
Well, I love the positivity. He is a warrior, this lad. He will go down there thinking they can win. And that's a good thing about Nixie with his boys. They do every game go with an attitude that our best can get it done. Since 2003, here's the reality, they've lost 13 games in a row at Cardinia Park by an average losing margin of 30, which is, 5 goals. Last year they lost by 26. Big ask. Good news is there might be as many as 5 ins, is what we're hearing. Josh Worrell should come back. What did I say on Friday? You weren't here. Why didn't they play Josh Worrell? Anyway, he'll be back in. Nick Murray's back in. Jordan Dawson will be back in. Do they look at Brodie Smith and Matt Crouch? I don't think I would. They're both out with influenza. Look at the other guys. I think Murphy doesn't look right. I don't know whether he's injured or banged up, but he might need a spell. And Himmelberg was one too many. So they could be as many as 5 changes.
Yeah, and conditions you said might be a bit...
Sideways rain, sleet, hail, no long sleeve jumpers. That's all I care about.
Okay. Oh, we'll count them. I always used to count them.
I did too.
On the other side of the wicket, Port Adelaide. Well, we got a couple of rumours on the unique homestyle food text yesterday. One about Sam Berry, one about Miles Bergman. Here he is about staying at Port Adelaide.
Yeah, obviously I signed the 2 last year, but obviously it was a big decision and I love the club and where we're going, so I decided to stay. And yeah, at the moment I'm really enjoying it as well, so it's no obviously correct answer. Like, obviously home is always a temptation, but at the moment I love it here. all the boys are so good, and I feel at home.
Yeah, signed to the end of 2025.
He's
so
gone.
I would say that
he's gone.
Well,
that's got to touch the Paddy Dangerfield.
He'll have 2 flags by then, so it won't be a problem. He'll stay.
Well, you're still 3 behind. Weren't you meant to win 5 of the next 5 years or something? What was it?
That was a few years ago.
Time's up.
Hey, what about
Timmy? Time's
what
up.
about this for a stat? AFL released that 1 in every 22 Australians is an AFL member.
Big number.
Now, that is a huge number, and you'd probably think, well, that says the game's in great shape, all the rest of it. I think what it is the clubs are getting great support from their membership bases, aren't they? The people, the supporters, are signing up as members. They know that that's the backbone of any club, and what they've done is said, no, I'm putting my hard-earned into it. Are you happy with the game, though? That's probably the question. 8223 0000. You might be a member, so if you're a member, you've paid your hard-earned, and the AFL are spruiking the number. Are you happy?
So 1 in 22 Australians has a club membership with an AFL club. 3 of them have over 100,000. Carlton, Collingwood, West Coast. Wouldn't have been hard to work that. Port and Crows are growing year on year. It's the lifeblood of your club, your membership, because that's money in the tin tank. It's your spine. 11-game membership is outstanding. But it's just typical of the AFL. These are the stats they trot out, and they do them at really strategic times to go to everyone, well, mate, the game's great, so let us keep doing what we're doing and making tweaks, and the umpires can do what because the game's great, mate. Look at the crowds, look at this. Sometimes with businesses like this, a bit like the Titanic, I tell you about this a lot.
Oh, hello.
There's the iceberg somewhere out there. Titanic didn't know it was there. The thing with the AFL is they know there's an iceberg. What are they going to do about it? Because it's going to come crashing down on them.
Doing laps around
it? Well, you got time to turn the wheel to starboard.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And that's what I'm saying. They've got to be more right than left.
Okay.
Just get it right.
There's an analogy for you.
Thank you very much.
Well done,
Save that for the fishing show.
8223 Nettie. I might get that fishing show back off Nettie.
Oh, Jimmy Bartel. You have to steal it off me first. Jimmy Bartel is going to join us after 5 o'clock tonight. We still have Port Locker Room tickets with Timmy's quiz coming up for Saturday night in the FIVEAA Locker Room. Mitch Georgiades as well from Port Adelaide. Ebony Marinoff from the Crows, newly named co-captain. Where are they now with Rick Charlesworth? And live in Paris after the break, we'll chat with Ellie Cole from Channel 9 and great Paralympian herself as we look at what's happening in the pool. Massive night ahead for our Aussies. It's 19 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show. Catch all the action from the Olympic Games in Paris as FIVEAA brings you Nine's coverage live each evening from 11:30. Don't miss a minute of the action as our Aussie stars set their sights on gold medal glory. Tune in tonight following Leith Forest as we cross to France for Nine's coverage. Paris 2024, live from 11:30 on FIVEAA. Always Adelaide.
Music of the Night, a spectacular celebration of musicals from Andrew Lloyd Webber, London's West End, Broadway and more. Music of the Night, coming to Her Majesty's Theatre, Adelaide, Saturday, August 10 at 2 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss it. Book at tickettech.com.au. Enjoy this sensational 2-hour matinee performance at Her Majesty's Theatre, Adelaide, 2 p.m. Saturday, August 10. Book now.
With Aldi's Aussie Navel Oranges now just $2.99 for a 1.5 kilo pack, you can load up on vitamin C, so you can spend your sick days, well, not sick, if you know what I mean.
Beach time!
Aldi, good different.
Love this mob sports card world. Whether you're hunting down a rare collectible or just keen to swap cards with the kids or grandkids, Sports Card World is the best place to be, especially on trade day.
They're huge, these trade days. So this Sunday from 12 to 2, it's set to be another massive trade day. Head along to Sports Card World. It's in Regent Arcade. So when you enter from Grenfell, it's on the left-hand side, only about 20 metres down. You can't miss it. It's great. It's in Regent Arcade. Say good day to Matt and Ben and take home some new cardboard stars. Now, you could even meet some in the flesh, like Port Power's Darcy Byrne-Jones, DBJ, from 12 to 1, and Crow's gun Jake Saligo. When he walks into Card World, he'll have to go in sideways because he's very broad, he's very wide, he's like the fridge. He's there from 1 till 2, and they're both rippers.
Absolutely, and if you've got some cards of the boys. Well, this Sunday's your best time to get them signed in person. So DBJ between 12 and 1 and Jake Saligo between 1 and 2.
So the trade day be packed with AFL cards. We know that. Pokemon, that's massive. NBA cards and much more.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your cards in, meet some of the AFL stars, rub shoulders with other collectors because they'll give you an idea of what's worth what and you can trade away. This is the Sunday to do it. This Sunday, 12 to 2 p.m. at Sports Card World. Trade Day, Region Arcade, just off Rundle Mall.
Take advantage of savings that cannot be ignored across the Mercedes-Benz SUV range. Save from $11,500 on the intelligent GLE 450D, as well as unmissable savings on the compact GLA, the versatile GLB, the dynamic GLC and the all-electric EQE SUV. For SUV savings like these and many more, visit your nearest Mercedes-Benz retailer or explore the range online today. Terms and conditions apply.
And your Hendrix Gin, sir.
Thank you. So why the cucumber?
So Nathan,
Yes.
why is radio advertising on the menu for Hendrix Gin?
Well, it really allows us to talk to consumers at the most appropriate time of day.
Gin o'clock.
Exactly. The creative really landed the Hendrix Gin personality.
So what do you think, cue more radio ads in the future then?
Absolutely. It works.
Discover how investing just 11% of your campaign budget into radio can double its effectiveness. Search commercial radio.
The way we connect with listeners is changing. Radio, podcast, streaming, in-store, and the way to connect your business with millions of Aussie listeners every week is at Amplify. August 27 and 28 at Jama's Restaurant, Bowden. Tickets are free, but you need to register at audiorsvp.com.au. Hear how audio can change the way you do business for the better. Register now at audiorsvp.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 4, we're going to talk all things Olympics with Ellie Cole, who's live in Paris at the moment for Channel 9, straight after we check your traffic, and we'll get your calls on the air as well, 8223 0000. How are you enjoying the games? Are you feeling a little sleep deprived over the last 5 days? Plenty more to come. Let's check your roads for Rossdale Homes, the custom home, 2-story and split-level specialists.
A couple of crashes to look out for today. One at Eastwood, Fullerton Road near Hortville Terrace. That's a disaster. Avoid that if you can on the drive home. Another collision at South Brighton. Got solid delays there. Brighton Road near Seacombe Road. And we're slow for works at Wingfield Grand Junction Road near Dunstan Road. Busy South Road, Edwardstown with the camera. Hallett Road at Stonyfell. KFC are dropping daily deals on the app for Christmas all July. Today's a ripper. It's the $3.95 Kentucky Snack Pack. Pick up only on July 31 while stocks lasts. Max 1 redemption. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, there's a lot of text and a lot of commentary. Collingwood CEO Craig Kelly, a dear mate of mine, lived with him for a number of years, a dear mate of mine, not that that means anything. Racing saga just released by the media, a story the media have sat on for 9 months. Row, Craig Kelly, Collingwood CEO, embroiled in a racist scandal, ironically released by the media this week on Pendlebury's 400th game. It goes on and on and on and on like that. Now, the club has issued a statement. Their chairman has come out with an interview and supported his CEO in Craig Kelly. It's a former staff member who's, and let's put in here in brackets, disgruntled. Now, it's hot on the back of the delicate allegations made to Hawthorn on racism. So this is treated with the utmost importance by every club. It's just if there's one thing you don't do now is make a racist comment. Even if it's a flippant remark or whatnot.
Or homophobic, you name it. We've had several examples of it.
We're not idiots. We know about that. So Collingwood have issued a statement, and a lot of people are asking us to make a comment on, oh, Rowey, you live with Nettie, you love Nettie, you're going to support him. Absolutely, I support him. 100% I support him. 100%. I know the man, and I support him. I don't know what the behaviour is because it's an allegation. So let's remember that. It's an allegation. The Collingwood have issued a statement that an internal investigation and an external expert was engaged in a review of the allegations. Both processes found no breach of workplace law. Now, I'm not going to come on and support one way or the other. We're going to deal in facts. Nettie has been backed up by his board. He is a prominent, brilliant fella. I love him.
Am I right saying it's a wrongful dismissal case at the moment going through. I think that might be the case.
It's going through the courts.
Yeah.
Collingwood haven't
exactly.
filed anything yet in defence either.
And they will
works.
defend their position. So I think that's all that needs to be said.
Let it play out. Let it play out.
Well, I would have thought
and then
so.
You condemn if you get the result, or you praise if you get a different result. You
What-
just wait to see what comes out.
What does Ross Lyons say? Keep loving the person.
Support the person, but criticise
the behaviour. Now, I don't even know if he said it or not.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Olympics are on. We've got an
good.
exciting moment. We've got the pool is just, well, it's afraid
Alive.
with gold medals. It's just bubbling up, and we've got Channel 9 swimming expert commentator and a champion herself, Ellie Cole, on the line. G'day, Ellie.
Hi, I don't know whether to say good morning or good evening.
Yeah, it's confusing, isn't it? Yeah, I know
don't
it's
even know
morning
what day it is
there.
anymore.
Yeah, you
Ellie,
poor thing.
Ellie, you sound tired. Come on, chirp up.
Enjoying this new role, though, Ellie. I mean, not being in the pool yourself, you're an incredible Paralympian and champion yourself. What's it like talking about it?
Oh, it's an absolute dream come true to be here, let me tell you. I'm pinching myself every single day. And yes, I am tired. We're on day 5 now, and I am the ultimate swimming nerd. And so every single time a race is on, I'm up, I'm emotional, I'm invested, and the rest of Australia is as well. But it is an absolute buzz to be here.
Last night, of course, Kaylee McEwen, that 100-metre backstroke final, she wins the gold. It's just nice. The women are really carrying us at the moment.
The women are doing an amazing job. All of the swim team are doing an amazing job. The men's 4x200 freestyle won a bronze medal yesterday, but Kaylee McEwen, I was so nervous for this race because it was a USA-Australia rivalry to start with, but she was also racing Regan Smith, who had just taken her world record only 6 weeks ago. So we knew that it was going to be a head-to-head matchup. But Kaylee, I tell you, her back-end 25 is so impressive. And with about 15 metres to go, she pulled away from the rest of the field and she touched to win gold and defended her 100-metre backstroke title. We couldn't be more proud of her.
Yeah, I just love hearing the girls. They're just so humble in victory and gracious in defeat. They represent me as an Australian. I'm that proud of them. Can we move quickly to the boys, Ellie? Can the boys get on the gold train in Cole Chalmers tomorrow morning?
You know what? Kyle Chalmers is giving us an indication that he could be firing tomorrow. He has the men's 100-metre freestyle final. He's positioned himself in a very good way heading into that final as well, and it still looks like he has a bit of room left to improve. But, you know, it's really difficult. I was trying to get it out of him in post-race interview how he thinks he'll go, and he's keeping his cards pretty close to his chest right now. But we do need to remember that he won gold in Rio. He then won a silver in Tokyo by the smallest of margins. And so he is more than capable of winning again. But you know what? At his age, at a third Games, to see him on a podium at 3 consecutive Olympics in a blue riband event is going to be pretty impressive in itself. So, you know, we're just going to have to wait and see. I think he can get up there.
Yeah, we'll just wish him all the best. There's been some criticism of Australia's swimming team, perhaps only being a freestyle country now. Where's the Susie O'Neill, Madam Butterflies of the world? What's happening?
I did read a comment online yesterday saying that Australia at the moment seems to be a very strong freestyle country, except for Kaylee McEwen.
Yes.
Remember, we also have Zach Stubblety-Cook in the 200-metre breaststroke.
Watched him yesterday. Fantastic.
We are very much a freestyle-dominant country, and I think that really comes from our rich history of the 4x100-metre freestyle relay. You know, we saw the men do that in Sydney 2000 and completely inspire the world. Everybody wanted to be Ian Thorpe. Everyone wanted to be Grant Hackett. Everyone wanted to be Kieran Perkins, and they're all freestylers. And now we have, you know, the women coming through like Emma McKeon, and I think it's just a case of all of the swimmers who are growing up within Australia just seeing amazing freestyle superstars. It's a bit of a cycle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I've got a theory on that, Ellie. We live in Australia and we've got to swim away from crocodiles and sharks. We're not going to do that doing breaststroke or backstroke, are we? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, look, they are definitely the slowest of strokes, and I know that being an Australian myself, I always used to make a joke. I'm a leg amputee that I lost my leg to a shark attack in Australia, but I changed my story a little bit. But you're right, you know, we do have some pretty fierce aquatic predators that we have to escape.
Yeah, well, you should have done backstroke, Ellie, I told you.
Make some swim faster.
Well
Ellie,
done.
thanks for your time. Keep up the great work, mate. Really enjoying the post-race interviews that you're doing.
They're
so
brilliant.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy.
That's a Channel 9 Olympic swim commentator and, of course, a Paralympic champion herself, Ellie Cole, our guest there.
I'm enjoying those interviews, poolside. They do a great job, live and free on Channel 9, 9 9 now. Every Olympic event streamed live and free.
Mitch Georgiades after the 4:30 headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Administrators for Rex say their priority is keeping regional services operating as they search for a buyer to bail out the airline. Consumer prices grew 3.8% for the year to June on the back of higher housing, food and electricity costs. But the Albanese government says once volatile prices are excluded, underlying inflation is easing. Presumptive Democratic nominee Kamala Harris is leading Donald Trump by 1 point among registered voters, according to the latest Reuters Ipsos poll. And in sport, the Matildas' Olympic dream is on the line tomorrow morning against the USA. They need a win to keep their campaign alive. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
G'day there, crash at Eastwood to look out for today. Fullerton Road near Hortfield Terrace. South Brighton, a crash there. Brighton Road near Seacombe Road with the few delays heading outbound. And slow for works at Mawson Lakes at the moment. Salisbury Highway near Eldersmith Road. Getting busy at the moment. Unley Road at the Greenhill Road intersection with the camera of the Esplanade at Semaphore. The Subaru sale has been extended. Get free radio and CTP, 5 years roadside assist and a $1,000 fuel voucher on selected models. T's and C's apply, ends today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly clear tonight, down to 9, mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Right now, it's 17. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
2,000 jobs may be at risk as the future of Rex hangs in the balance. It's understood the company's losing at least $1 million a week.
I'll tell you what though, the prospect of some massive taxpayer-funded bailout for this company's own patent stupidity. Why would you compete on city routes, which are already serviced by Qantas, Jetstar and Virgin?
Yeah. Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
They were meant to be a regional carrier. You know, why don't you just stick to your day job?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Head south as the all-new GWM Cannon Alpha has arrived at Southgate GWM Ranella. Larger, smarter and gutsier than ever. Australia's first ever full hybrid ute with a combined 255 kilowatts and 648 newton metres. Also available in a turbo diesel engine with 135 kilowatts and 480 newton metres. All with 3,500 kilo brake towing capacity. Head down to Southgate GWM, 49 Main South Road, Ranella.
Have you seen the stunning new sign at NRG Solar's relocated office in St Mary's? It's not just a sign, it's a beacon of sustainability. As leaders in solar solutions, NRG Solar's commitment to innovation shines bright. Their new warehouse is fully stocked with a stunning range of wholesale solar and battery equipment. See it for yourself, 1275 South Road St Mary's, or visit nrgsolar.com.au for a sustainable future. That's nrgsolar.com.au.
From the very beginning, she's been there for you. You know, through everything, thick and thin. You've raised your family together, supported one another's dreams and goals, and when things got tough, you got through it together.
Are you talking about my dog? We just lost Solly. We had to put Solly down.
No, that's a sad moment.
For 15 years.
Well, and who would you share that pain and anguish with?
Oh, my wife.
Your lovely wife.
Oh,
exactly
God.
right.
31 years.
There you
Long,
go.
arduous years. So this anniversary or birthday, express your gratitude and love with a handmade statement jewellery piece from Bell and Brunt. I'd do this, to be quite frank. That would get me back in the winners list.
I'm telling Jody you are.
A fifth-generation, family-owned custom jeweller with over a century of experience. It's not my thing, but if I was going to have a thing, it would be Bell and Brunt. 5 generations.
Yeah, it doesn't
How
just...
can they know what they're doing?
It doesn't just have to be a ring. It could be a pendant, a
There you go.
bracelet,
There you go.
diamond earrings. It could be a little locket with your two faces on when you got married or something like that. That's nice, isn't it?
That's romantic.
Yes. Bell and Brunt's master artisans. They make creating something unique for your partner easy. Now, using only the finest natural materials and paying meticulous attention to every detail, showcasing your appreciation and, most of all, your love.
Yeah, now don't leave these moments to just any jeweller, and this is the key here. Celebrate your partner with something special from Bell and Brunt. Remember the name, Bell and Brunt, 5 generations. Visit their updated studio at 14A James Place, City, or visit bellandbrunt.com.au. Bell and Brunt, crafted for generations.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Music of the Night, Australia's premier tribute to Andrew Lloyd Webber and the West End musicals. August 10 at Her Majesty's Theatre. Book a Ticketek.
Transform your outdoor space and turn it into a great year-round entertainment area with an opening and closing roof from Louver House. A Louver House roof will let in the perfect combination of airflow and sunlight, so you can entertain no matter the weather. Best of all, they're manufactured right here in SA with rain sensors and options like LED lighting. Find out more with a free design measure and quote. See the light with Louver House. louverhouse.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It does mean a lot considering where I've come from and, not growing up with the game. And I guess just for myself, I hope it just gives chance to the African youth, the multicultural kids that given an opportunity, you can do anything with your life and be able to play 150 AFL games. It's pretty surreal. So. It's a pretty proud moment for myself and my family.
23-5 earlier there earlier today. What a great achievement, and only fitting that he gets to play 150 against his old side, the Swans, this weekend.
He is a gun.
How's that for timing, hey? Well, let's go and talk about that game and the one previous with Port Adelaide's star forward having a great season, Mitch Georgiades. G'day, Mitch.
G'day, guys. Thanks for having me on board.
Hey, mate, congrats on your year so far. Outstanding. Kicked 33 goals and 20 binds. Not bad. 63%, I think, mate. So before you set out on the year that's happened so far, would you be pleased if you said, after 20 rounds, I'm looking at that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would take that every day of the week. At the moment, I'm just enjoying playing footy, and then playing some quality footy as well has been a nice little touch. So it's been a little bit surprising, but something I'm enjoying.
Have you changed as a player since your knee, you reckon?
I think you just got to strip everything back and go back to the basic fundamentals of football. And I think probably, personally for me, before I did my knee injury, I was probably in a little bit of a slump with footy, with goal kicking. Everything just didn't quite go my way at that time. So having 12 months away from the game, I've said it, I reckon it's probably almost a blessing in disguise for me in my overall career, and just to freshen up and really go back to enjoying the game of footy and loving it, really.
Turning a negative into a positive, Mitch, well done on your season. Love watching you play, mate. What's your best front six look like? You're in it?
Yeah, well, it's been interesting this year. We haven't really had the opportunity to put all our best six out there. We're not really sure probably what it looks like currently as well. We're missing Sam Palpepper at the start of the year, and he's obviously a home front there. So, it's been interesting throughout the year with injuries and a bit of form from every player they've gone up and down. So at the moment, it's probably player dependent to what we're looking like at the moment. So it's hard to say exactly what that six would look like.
Do you personally play better with a certain combination? You get your leading patterns better, or you're the exit kick, or you're the lead up? If we're talking the tools, so, you've got Charlie Dixon, you've got Marshall, you've had Lord, you've had a number of combinations. What do you think for you? Because I'm saying you're the number one egg down there as far as goal power and leading patterns and marking and ability and all that. What would you like? If the coach sat you down and said, Mitch, who do you want to play alongside? What are you going to say?
I like a combination. I think that's what we need up forward, a combination of different strengths. And personally, like you said, my strengths are movement and being able to get up and down the ground and move around the forward line as much as possible. So I know my role is probably not the one where I need to stand still and expect the ball in my head and compete all day. That's not going to work for me. So I guess like in that regard, your Charlies, your Lordies, and even Sala last week did that really well. He stood up in that role. But yeah, it's personally, like you said, I'm more of a craftier movement sort of forward. So for me, I work really well with Toddy I mean, Willie's really good at it as well. The stuff he does is pretty hard for anyone else to do, and he sees the game so well. So I always love working around those two blokes in particular.
Brilliant.
Hey, Mitch, you mentioned Asava there, pushing forward. Everybody was pretty impressed with his work down there. Even the great Warren Treadray said he watched his leading patterns, how he worked off his man and the like. So he was impressed. So is it a future that he can have, like both ends of the ground?
Yeah, it was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Some of the stuff he did, and even like you said, the craft that he had was it was almost a bit of a surprise when we saw him down there. So it was nice to have, and it gives us great flexibility. So to have him at both ends of the ground, and probably a week where we struggled with we lacked a couple of tools with Toddy out. So to have him down there was nice. And yeah, he stood up and played a great role and kicked a couple of goals and did a great job.
I was speaking yesterday with Scott Campriali and talking about the Hawthorn Crows game, and he just said they emptied out the forward line and left one anchor. Now, that was Jack Ginnivan, and I was just wondering, like, sometimes we clear out and we leave it perhaps an anchor down there, but it might be a tall or a Jason Horne-Francis. Is it an important role, that one that stays back, and can it be a small?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, the modern day game, there's often everyone's clearing up the 50 and up the ground, so that it leaves a lot of space out the back. And if you can get a really nice matchup with players, often it tends to be a centreman that comes down and needs to rest and has a bit of time off. So that's where you see Jason and sometimes even Connor's down there. So you have a break, and then you watch, and then it's players like Willie, and he gets off the chain a little bit, and he does some pretty special things one-on-one. He's a nice person to have down there as well. So there's lots of different combinations, and I think it probably depends week to week on the matchups and who's playing well at the time as well. Because if someone's on a hot streak, you want them around the goals.
Hey, Mitch, we have interaction here, unique homestyle food texts that fly in, and there's one just quickly come. Says, why is Mitch the only one that gets his own logo on the front of the jumper, the MG? Have you noticed that?
Absolutely, yep. That's my logo. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't take credit for that one.
And you got the high performance centre too.
I got another one for you, Mitch. What date's your birthday?
My birthday is 28th of September.
What day is the AFL Grand Final this year?
Ooh, what is it?
28th of September. Mitch, could we?
It would be a nice birthday celebration.
Wouldn't it ever? And it leads me into this. I've just seen incremental improvement with you guys this year. There's a lot of people that have been negative, but I've just seen you just be diligent as a team and as a group. I still think you don't quite know where your front six best is, or even your back for that matter, but you'll get that right. Do you genuinely believe you can beat any team on any given day as a player in that team?
Absolutely. I think probably Friday night gave the group a great amount of belief that we can do that. And you've seen throughout the whole season, teams are going to have their highs and lows. And we had ours a couple of weeks ago, and we were probably in a bit of a rut, and we've come out really strong. We found what works for us, and like you said, we're not perfect at the moment, and we'll never get perfect, but we're definitely on the up. And it's another great test this week against the top side. So to have 1 and 2. If we can beat those two teams, it's a nice one for us.
Yeah, you've got them at a good time, mate. They've won 1 of their last 5. I'm just wondering, when you do reviews on Sydney in this situation, do you look at those losses and try and open those up more, or do you look back at when they were really good?
Yeah, we sort of had this discussion today, and I think you've got to come out there expecting that they're going to be at their best. Okay. And like you said, they've had 1 win in the last, I think you said 4 games there, so we know that they're going to come out firing, and hopefully we've done what we can, and we'll play well enough to counteract that. But like you said, we've got to expect that they're going to play at their best footy. And
Aliir plays his 150th. What sort of a character is he to play with?
Oh, he's awesome, isn't he? He's a great character for the club on and off the field. He's brought so much to the club since he came over a couple of years ago, and to play 150 against his old side, that's a nice little touch. I'm sure you'll like that. But hopefully we can rub it in their face and get a win.
Does he towel you at match practice, or do you get your little Copa Mundials around his ears at training, Mitch?
He's I don't like going too close to him. I like to just run around the outsides of him. I don't want to get anywhere near a wrestle with that bloke. He's pretty good at it.
Good. You even knew what Copa Mundials were, did you, Mitch?
I didn't know what that word was. I just rolled with it.
Everyone back in our day, the button-up boot day, including Timmy, wore Adidas.
1980s Adidas
They
boot.
were just the best boot, Mitch, and we used to say get them around your ears. They give you wings to fly, Mitch, a bit like that red ball. You can jump higher with them. Hey, Mitch, I haven't spoken to you a lot. What do you do outside of the game? Tell us a bit about that.
I'm studying a commerce degree currently, so I'm just ticking the way of that, which has been nice, and play a bit of golf.
Whereabouts?
Trying to get into a bit of work experience. I play golf at Royal Adelaide.
Yeah, right.
So try to have a hit up and down.
So you're a member there, Mitch?
Yeah, it's a tough course.
I'm a member there, yeah.
Oh, dearie me, do you have to wear a cardigan and a tie?
Yes, it's all very proper, isn't it?
And don't listen to him. You just make sure you do the right thing.
Mitch, you don't strike me as a Royal Adelaide golf course member.
What do I strike you at?
I reckon you're a salt of the earth Grange Royal golf club.
I reckon he's looking at me at Royal Regency.
Oh no, maybe Royal Regency, Mitch.
Maybe to take you on 9 holes.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mitch, don't listen to me, mate. I'm a scallywag. You stay in your lane and you be you, Mitch.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because I like it.
And Mitch, you're having a great year, mate. Keep the good work up. We love what you're doing. And a really important one against Sydney here in Adelaide Saturday night. Should be a ripper.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Mitch Georgiades lighting it up in the forward line for Port Adelaide this year.
What have I said to you about him the minute he arrived at your club? There's one bloke I'd bench, Mitch Georgiades.
You love him.
Do you know he's only 22? He turns 23. Grand final day.
How good's that?
There's an omen.
I've got to thank our good friend Tim from Prospect for that little gag about the MG. Liked it. He said even North supporters have a sense of humour. Well, to be fair, you do have to... I know when Port went through the horrors of the 2011, 2012 seasons, you have to have a sense of humour about you to get through it.
Have you ever played at Royal Adelaide?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
You've got to be a doctor?
I have, because
a surgeon?
I used to do quite a few charity golf days there.
Oh, did you?
So we played a lot, and it's way too good for me. Way too good. It's a bit narrow for me. Doesn't give you a lot of room each way.
It's got gotcha grass. As soon as you're off the fairway, you gotcha.
You go. And a train.
Well, yeah, and that's the big worry
Watch
for me.
out for that.
That's why I don't play golf, because you can't drink Aperol and get run over at Royal Adelaide by a train.
Stick to Royal Regency, Timmy. That's where your PB is. Let's get to your traffic. Goes Port locker room tickets aren't far away, Port fans, so stay tuned. We'll get them in your hands very shortly, but here's your roads.
Afternoon, a crash at Eastwood to look out for. Fullerton Road near Hortville Avenue. South Brighton, residual delays from nearly Crash Brighton Road near Seacombe Road. It's slow for works at Wingfield, Grange Junction Road near Dunstan Road, and getting busy southward at Fibberts in both directions. Cameras Fairfield Terrace, Semaphore Park and George Street at Norwood. Still paying FPOS fees? Please switch to SmartPay, zero cost FPOS today. Visit smartpay.com.au. T's and C's and minimum turnover apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Rush into National Tiles now for our famous spend and save. Spend $500 and we'll only charge you $400. Spend $1,000 and we'll only charge you $750. Or spend $2,000 and we'll only charge you $1,450. Or $4,000 and we'll only charge you $2,750. Yes, the more you spend, the more you'll save. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into National Tiles, spend and save now. Conditions apply.
Hi, Brady Bitt here from Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. I like that they're giving away 12 months of rego and stamp duty on all new cars. Not some, not just the red ones, all new Mazdas. With an offer like free rego and stamp duty, Mawson Lakes Mazda can't do it for long. It's got to end July 31st. Mawson Lakes Mazda, free rego and stamp duty on all new Mazdas. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Thanks to Solar Heart, smart savings are in the air and on your roof. By replacing your old water heater with a Solar Heart heat pump, you can create hot water out of thin air. And with our smart solar power systems and trusted Solar Heart warranties, you'll turn sunshine into savings for years to come. Right now, you'll also save $500 on any Solar Heart heat pump or solar power system 5 kilowatts and above. That's right, $500 off heat pumps and solar power. Get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Timmy is ready for a little sneaky pizza pan delivery.
No. We do that yesterday.
No.
It's always Tuesday.
Mate, get with the program. I know you're away. It's every day.
Okay.
Every day is Pizza Pan Tuesday. Every day is Pizza Pan. It's open every day.
Wow.
Imagine this. They got a variety of hot, fresh pizzas to choose from using in-house handmade dough, all topped with premium SA produce. My favourite, we all know, it's the pepperoni, super supreme, extra anchovies. I can kill one of them down my tonsils. You've seen me.
Well,
8 pieces, 8 minutes?
There was a garlic prawn one yesterday.
Nice.
There was the peri-peri.
Yeah, that
wow,
was nice.
that was good as well. They do cheeseburger.
Yeah.
The variety is amazing.
It
So
is.
look, get around it. Order for your family, your friends, your footy club. Jump onto pizzapan.com.au. You can even get it through Uber Eats. You'll taste the difference straight away.
And they're gourmet pizzas.
That's
Like,
right.
They're top notch.
Best.
Wow. And remember, any day is Pizza Pan Day.
Thank you.
Starring Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, The Gay Divorcee was nominated for Best Picture at the 1934 Academy Awards. See it at the Capri Theatre August 4, screening at 3 p.m. Plus, live on stage prior to the movie, Michael Griffiths plays Cole Porter from 2 p.m. with the bar open from 1. Book your tickets now for this iconic comedy romance. The Gay Divorcee, plus Michael Griffiths plays Cole Porter. August 4 at the Capri Theatre. Tickets from $15 at capri.org.au.
Harris Scarf clearance sale is on now. That's right, massive clearance sale on now. Save big on bedding, kitchen, electrical and women and men's clothing. Deals won't last, so hurry before it's gone. Exclusions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes to 5. Jimmy Bartel's coming up after 5 o'clock. We're taking your calls for a $50 Powers voucher, 8223 0000, and some news coming through from the Socceroos. We know they've got their World Cup qualifier here in Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval, October 10.
Right.
It is sold out.
Yes!
As of just this afternoon.
Well done.
Great news and great to see South Australians getting
Well
around.
done to South Australians. Talking about South Australians and at the Olympics, we've got Brett from Birdwood on the line. Brett, Callum Peters. I saw the score line, Brett, but I didn't see the fight. Can you enlighten me?
Mate, you probably missed out on the best part of the Olympics last night with Callum Peters from Devon Park. I'll give you a bit of a rundown on what it was like if you got time. So
yeah, go for it.
It was like Rocky 1 movie. Callum went out, he's only young, and he went up against, I think he's from Kazakhstan, and he looked like a seasoned fighter. He looked like he had about 9 brothers. He was the youngest.
Yeah, right.
And he had gone through the whole life of getting through that. Callum goes into the first round, and it's like, welcome to the Olympics. He got touched up, but like he held in.
Yep.
His heart was massive. He was just getting little ones in, and you could see why he lost it. Round 2, off goes the bell. Peters goes in and cocks him straight on the schnoz.
Oh.
Right on the nose. It was a great hit. And from then, they're seasoned, I don't know, he was a champion son there. It was like the bong out of Rocky, and Apollo Creed just got, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah.
And from then on, Peters got another one in. And then on the last round, I think he was, the Kazakhstan bloke was stuffed, Peters was stuffed, and all Peters needed was one more punch.
Lucky one.
But he was just buggered. He was buggered.
Unreal.
But I will tell you one thing. I reckon he's got the sportsmanship award out from last night.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't crying or anything. He was stuffed. He put his heart into it. And he's going to be good. I hope he sticks to it.
Yeah. Well, he seemed like a terrific kid, Brett. He came in here one night and spoke to us.
Very respectful.
We thought that we got the same read on him as a person. He was outstanding.
And his dad?
He lost the count 29-28, 28-29, 28-29, 29-28, 28-29.
Very tight. He's a champion.
One
that
judge,
Kazakhstan.
basically. Wow.
Yeah. Brett, I'll give you a $50 Powers voucher, mate. You did that brilliantly. You painted a great picture of a great lad, and he has a future.
That was a
He's
great
only 21.
assessment. Great summary.
Was a great assessment.
Thanks, Brett.
So thank you for that. Keep the calls coming in. Talking about great, Scott Pendlebury.
Yes, 400 games.
Game. Have a listen.
It's just whether I am contributing to the team and still have the fire in the belly to want to keep competing and win, and getting to 400 games wasn't a target, it was just to play because I love playing. So yeah, I'll enjoy this for 400 and not worry too much about trying to chase down a record or things like that, because the love of the game is what's got me to this point.
Well, he's done it all.
Yeah, well,
in his 20th
well
year,
said.
he's re-signed. Under
Like I said
pressure
yesterday, his last quarter in that grand final was amazing.
in traffic, and you speak to the coaches that build teams, and I'll go immediately to John Longmire because I remember him saying it vividly. You know, what's your strategy when you go to the draft and trade table? What do you want? And he said, I only want players, and you get players that aren't like this, but this is his choice, that make good decisions under pressure. That typifies Scott Pendlebury.
Oh, he makes not only good decisions, but his skill level and his ability to move around people that are there is just incredible. Yeah, probably.
Absolutely elite.
Like I said, up there with the great Barry Robin as far as movement goes.
Yeah. So he's admitted he'll play into next year, which will be his 20th season. He's motivated to break the AFL games record. So the most ever, Brent Harvey, is 432. Underneath him is Michael Tuck at 426. And then there's a bit of a gap to Sean Burgoyne at 407, who's third highest. So at 400 this weekend, Pendles, if he plays on next year, will most definitely jump Burgoyne and jump into third most at least. And then if there's finals, who knows?
He's a season and a bit away.
Yeah.
Now
We're talking two more seasons. Yeah.
That's a massive story, and there's another massive story breaking in the background. Unique Home Style Food Text. A lot of people are talking about what did Craig Kelly say.
It was in the paper today.
Allegation was in the paper today. We've seen it on Sky News and all of that. His president is Jeff Brown, and he had this to say.
What you've seen so far are the allegations. You haven't seen the defence to those, or you haven't seen a response to those, and I urge you to wait until you see that before you form any conclusions about the merit or otherwise of the allegation. The core of our defence will be the substance of the factual findings contained in the investigation.
Staff member who's disgruntled. It's been on for a while. They've done an internal investigation. They've got an external one. Both processes found no breach to talk of. It's going to go in front of the courts because they're pressing for
wrongful dismissal
and all that sort of stuff. So again, to the text line mainly, or people that are out there, give us more detail. They want to hang, draw and quarter. You know, Nettie, how dare he say that? Let's wait and get all the facts before you hang, draw and quarter anybody, especially someone who's a mate of mine who is of that ilk and that character in Craig Kelly. I won't have it.
2 minutes to 5 with the news and Jimmy Bartel coming up next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
There is care in simplicity. Our experienced team understand that keeping things simple and easy is the best approach. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
Stay warm this winter with Mac Trade Services. Take advantage of huge SA government rebates on reverse cycle air conditioners. If you are a concession card holder, you can get a reverse cycle Actron air conditioner from only $599, supplied and installed. That's nearly a 70% discount off the normal price. Get in quick while stocks last. Visit the Mac Trade Services office in Rose Park or call 1300 430 917.
Business owners like us don't have much time.
Lucy, why does ANZ use radio advertising to promote its easy online business loans?
Yeah, look, we're targeting multitasking business owners. Radio kind of travels with them.
Oh, I love that Andy guy who's in your radio and TV ads.
Oh, yeah, well, it's been great to build on that campaign character.
Andy's not real.
Would you like him to be real?
We'll talk later. Discover how investing just 11% of your campaign budget into radio can double its effectiveness. Search commercial radio.
Stay updated on the games with the Maddie and the Missile in Paris podcast. Join Maddie Johns and James Magnuson daily with special guests, athlete interviews and expert analysis. Download the Advertiser app and listen now. It's your games, your way.
Here I am, I'm a man on the scene.
Kia's most awarded SUV just got better with the refined 7-seat Kia Sorento. Now with a dual 12.3-inch panoramic display and Kia Connect technology. The Kia Sorento. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
The way we connect with listeners is changing. Radio, podcast, streaming, in-store, and the way to connect your business with millions of Aussie listeners every week is at Amplify. August 27 and 28 at Jama's Restaurant, Bowden. Tickets are free, but you need to register at audiorsvp.com.au. Hear how audio can change the way you do business for the better. Register now at audiorsvp.com.au.
The biggest threat to your business isn't your competition. It's cybercrime. Cybercrime threats impacting Australian businesses large and small continues to grow year on year. One call to one solution will put your business in a safe place and save you from the devastating consequences of cybercrime. It's the smartest, most cost-effective business decision you'll ever make. Stay safe and protected. Get in touch with One Solution. onesolution.net.au, a Platinum Telstra partner.
Up to the minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly clear tonight, down to 9. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Hundreds of Rex staff members will be given an update on their future in the coming days. The airlines entered voluntary administration, grounding all flights between capital cities. Regional services continue to operate. SA Premier Peter Malinauskas won't be drawn on a bailout.
I have every confidence that the Commonwealth will assess the situation and intervene where it is appropriate to do so. I mean, I don't think we want to see a situation where governments are having to subsidise private enterprise, but this is a unique set of circumstances, and I think we should let the facts distill and assess what is going on here and what's contributed.
Investigations are underway into a crash involving a motorcycle and a van at Glen Osmond early afternoon. It happened on Portrush Road. The rider is in hospital with serious injuries. Many economists believe interest rates will come down, even though inflation remains relatively high. More from Michael Packey.
Latest figures show consumer prices grew 3.8% for the year to June, on the back of higher housing, food and electricity costs. But the Albanese government says once volatile prices are excluded, underlying inflation is easing. The opposition's Susan Lee argues households are still doing it tough.
Show me one Australian who feels that they've had the edge taken off.
Independent economist Evan Lucas says the Reserve Bank pays more attention to the underlying inflation result, which could spell some good news for mortgage holders.
With the next move most likely in early 2025 to be a rate cut.
Separately, retail trade rose 0.5% in June, mainly driven by end of financial year sales.
The federal government will adopt 13 recommendations contained in the Disability Royal Commission. The Commission handed down its final report 10 months ago, making more than 200 recommendations. It highlighted the abuse and neglect of many disabled people in Australia. Social Services Minister Amanda Rishworth says work is being done to improve the situation.
Progressing the work arising from the Disability Royal Commission will take time. We are committed to making ongoing progress to implement many of the recommendations and have set up a number of mechanisms to ensure that progress is made across government as well as across governments.
A new election poll in the US shows public support cooling slightly for Republican nominee Donald Trump. Presumptive Democratic nominee Kamala Harris is leading Trump by 1 point among registered voters, according to the latest Reuters Ipsos poll. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Meet Crows and Port AFL stars at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Competition is underway on day 5 of the Paris Olympics. The women's triathlon is currently being held. After the swim and the bike ride, they're now running. Well, Channel 9's Olympic swimming expert Ellie Cole has told Rowey and Timmy G there have been some amazing performances in the pool, like Kaylee McEwen's gold in the women's 100 metres backstroke.
The women are doing an amazing job. Kaylee McEwen, her back end 25 is so impressive, and with about 15 metres to go, she pulled away from the rest of the field and she touched to win gold and defended her 100 metre backstroke title. We couldn't be more proud of her.
Kyle Chalmers, Molly O'Callaghan and Shayna Jack will be swimming for medals later today in Paris, while the Matildas have a must-win game against the USA. To footy and a milestone for Port's Alia this weekend when they face Sydney. He'll pull on the boots for his 150th AFL game.
It does mean a lot considering where I've come from and, not growing up with the game, and I guess just for myself, I hope it just gives chance to the African youth, multicultural kids, that given an opportunity, you can do anything with your life and be able to play 150 AFL games is pretty surreal. So, it's a pretty proud moment for myself and my family.
Connor Nash has signed a long-term extension with the Hawks, the 26-year-old committing to the club until the end of 2029. And an injury-riddled season has forced Gold Coast veteran Brandon Ellis to call time on his career. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
G'day there at Hindmarsh Crash, Port Road near Sacred Heart Church. Got works at Blair, slowing things up at the moment. Russell Street near Sheoak Road. Busy at Mawson Lake, Salisbury Highway to Eldersmith Road, and down 80 on the Southern Expressway to Halloran Hill near Majors Road. As for the road widening. Cameras at Fairfield Terrace, Semaphore Park in George Street at Norwood. Power up Android on Telstra. Supercharge your creativity with Google AI on Android with Australia's best mobile network. Search Telstra Android deals. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 9 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Friday, a shower or two, 17. Saturday, partly cloudy and 15. Right now, it's 16 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, Australia's backstroke queen has claimed her crown, while Simone Biles, known as the greatest, grabs redemption. We're live to Brenton Raglas in Paris. A rise in inflation, so will it also push up interest rates? And hundreds of jobs to go as Rex enters administration. What it means for SA regional flights. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It is 7 minutes after 5 on this lovely Wednesday afternoon. Hopefully you've enjoyed your day. There's still to come on this show. Where Are They Now? With the great Rick Charlesworth, and he's over in Paris, so it's going to be great to catch up with the legend himself. Ebony Marinoff, new co-captain of the Adelaide Crows women's side, and Port Adelaide locker room tickets still to give away. They are right around the corner, so stay tuned for that. And we're taking your calls, of course. 8223 0000 is the number to get involved with us. And thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company, SA family owned and operated since 1980. Let's jump into Jimmy Bartel.
Bartel checks sides it brilliantly.
He can do it all, James Bartel.
Here's my Bravo man.
Jimmy Bartel on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, great to have him back each and every Wednesday for Statesman Windows. Jimmy, welcome.
Hey guys, how you going?
All right, my friend. First of all, mate, we had a couple of games. Obviously, one Port Adelaide, one against Carlton, but the Crows on Sunday to the Hawks. I know Stephen's keen to talk about that, but it's that Hawks team that's probably the talking point.
Yeah, they've been unbelievable, haven't they? After that first 5 rounds, and I'm sticking my hand up. It's my chance to gloat a little bit. I was still a big believer in the Hawks because when you write down their talent, not only in the midfield, but call it around the centre square, and I'm talking about wing, half forward, half back, they bat incredibly deep, and they've got a lot of different type of players. So, when you've got Warple, Nash, and Newcomb taking care of the inside, you've got the star on the rise, or if he's not already a star, Will Day. But then you have a look, you can bring up a half forward in Moore across the half forward line, Impey and Amon behind the footy, and then Weddle, who can play either end of the ground. They've just got so much talent to burn. It was whether it could click. And when you go watch them live, you watch the running power. They can spread from a contest, but they still take care of it on the inside, especially now with Lloyd Meek playing some good work in the ruck.
Oh, you've just made me spew up, Jimmy. I mean, we go back 5 years ago. But Jimmy was right. I reckon we interviewed you around round 1 and round 2, and you said, you've got Hawthorn midfield stocks. And I said, mate, they're Norton 5. I said, Jimmy, what are you talking about? And they lost another one. No. I'm all in on Hawthorn's midfield. Well, it's come to bear, no question. As a Crows fan, I'm just disappointed because we roll back 5 years, and for this 5 years forward, there were 2 teams that were in a similar position as the Crows and have incrementally gotten better, and then 2 have jumped up. And one was Hawthorn and the other's Fremantle. They've jumped over top of the Crows, Jimmy. That's why I'm frustrated.
Yeah, look, they have, and I guess we've had this discussion, in the last month, Rowey, and I think you've got to work out, is the plan right? And then from there, you decide, if the plan's right, do you have the right people in place to execute it? And then that's another discussion.
Yes.
So I think that'll be what Adelaide will need to review, whoever's in charge of what they're reviewing. And I'm not saying it's Adelaide specific. Every club reviews their season, but you need to decide, all right, if you're backing in Nicks, well, do you think you've got a talent problem, or have you selected the right talent, or is it the development of that talent. So I think they can only answer that.
Yeah, they're going through that now, aren't they?
Absolutely. And what about the other one, the Port game in Carlton? It was it was a game of two halves, wasn't it? Carlton looked like they should have been probably further up at half time, and then it was a real gritty effort by Port Adelaide to claw their way back in and then get the momentum to run away with the win.
Yeah, it was strange, wasn't it, when you were watching it, not for Port Adelaide fans, of course, Timmy, but I thought at half time, here we go, this is Carlton flexing their muscles, as we all thought, the number 2 seed, and here we go. But I think what was really impressive with Port, Ken was able to actually throw radically forward, try a few different options. Horn Francis go forward, then Rowey and Butters, different guys in around the midfield. Willem Drew's game was fantastic. I thought going head-to-head against Big Cripper, he eventually wore him down, I think, with all that tackling pressure. But what they did really well is they just kept grinding it out and they kept asking Carlton questions. And I think that is the question mark on Carlton is, apart from Walsh, who can spread from the contest, and you know where Cripps is going to be. He's going to be 1 metre from the ruckman's foot or 1 metre from the ball. Can you get him on the outside? And that's been the issue for Carlton in particular. It's the transition. So you can have Wiedering behind the ball playing great footy, but if the opposition's taking the ball from their back 50 to forward 50 with speed, you can open them up.
Now, just moving forward, we've had an interesting month just gone. And we had a look at, I'd chat to Scott Campriardi last month. I said, because I reckon this next 4 weeks, it's really important for whoever wants to be a premiership threat to get some good form in this next 4 weeks. Now, if we just look at what's just happened, and I spoke to Scott, and he said, Campo came up, and he said, well, look, these are the 4 that I like in the last month.
Yep.
Brisbane, GWS, Geelong, and he said, and I like the Bulldogs. And he said, I just think when they get going, they've probably got one of the best midfields going. So that 4 was interesting hearing that, then saying, okay, well, who's in there now? And, of course, Sydney are in there, Carlton are in there, and you're sort of going, okay, well, what's the next month going to deliver? What are your thoughts? Because I think it's as open as it's ever been, but this month is vital.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's funny, it's when the sides win a flag, we then, in retrospect, we go, you know what, they've won...
Yes.
15 of the last 17, 9 of the last 11, and we go, oh yeah, of course they should have won the premiership. They were the in-form side, and I go back to my time in 2008 when the Hawks rolled. If you look at their last 6 weeks, and they were the form side of the last 6 weeks. So this is what we're going to find out just on the Dogs. So this is, I guess, where the frustration in the early part of the season came from, I guess, around Luke Beveridge and the Dogs is they don't want for anything. I think you even look at the Crows, they go, oh, you don't want to be really good, another key back, like a real big banana, or another key forward to eventually replace Tex Walker or play alongside the Fog. Of course, Stilthorpe comes back in. But you look at the Dogs, they've got key backs and key forwards who are all proper tall. They're all 200 centimetres. They've almost got 2 of them in each position. They've got a ruck. They've got backup rucks. They've got, whether he's not the greatest Bulldog of all time, he's definitely in your top 3 in Bontempelli. And then you throw Richards in there, who's got some real polish and class, and Libba doing the clearance work. So the Dogs are making a run, but they don't want for anything as far as quality side goes, and now Beveridge has settled them all down. They're a real threat.
Oh, God. Yeah, 4 games left. It's amazing. Let's talk about a bloke that's going to play his 400th. His name's Scott Pendlebury. I think one of the best players I've seen in traffic. Under pressure, just makes elite decisions. You played against him, Jimmy. Just sum him up for us.
Oh, I wish he went and played basketball, to be honest.
He was at the crossroads, wasn't he?
Yeah. I keep hearing it every weekend that he used to be a former basketball. I wonder when that stops. Is it game 500 they eventually dropped that one instead of saying this is a walk-up Hall of Famer that we're watching at the moment? Look, his composure. We talk about big-body mid. Look, he's a tall midfielder, and I guess we think big body to crash and bash. Well, he's just all class and polish around the contest. He didn't have to crash and bash, and I don't think that's diminishing how hard he was around the footy. It's just the fact that he just had the class. He knew where to be, sort of steers himself and his team through traffic. And I just look at it, his last quarter, grand final last year, I think it was 11 touches, all in the heat of the hottest grand final we've seen in recent times, and he was just as composed as ever.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend. Jimmy, Tyson Stengel apparently passed out at a nightclub. We heard the skipper, Paddy Dangerfield, talk. I said on the back of that, for the look of the game, he can't play this week. Now, we don't know the detail. There's speculation rife, but do you think he plays this week?
I'm fascinated to see myself, actually. Really, like, I don't know how you actually handle it. I guess it's kind of a funny one. And just say you put your PR hat on, and it's just say it happened to the Crows or Port Adelaide and the player happened. If they miss, do you suspect something worse has happened? So then you play them, but then people go, well, you're treating what happened on the weekend serious enough. So it's a bit of, if you're going to play the PR game, what gives you the least blowback? And if you're a coach, do you really care? So, especially as we mentioned, the finals race is so tight.
Yeah. Do fans need to hear the truth? Because the speculation's rife.
It's a funny one, that, isn't it? Like, because we know footy rumours, they get around, and, they're probably, 90% of them are so far off the truth, but there is a little bit of smoke where there's fire. So I don't know how much you lean into it, and that's why I was going to the point. Like, if you sit in, do you actually confirm it? Or if you play him, are you actually sort of saying, oh, we're trying to cover it up? So it'd be a fascinating one for what the Cats decide to do, but they'll be thinking, I reckon the coach will be thinking, I just need one of the best small forwards in the game to win, but it's what the actual, called the CEO and footy manager decide to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a good watch, that one.
Hey, Jimmy, we're talking about those sides that are in contention and going okay. In the old Fox premiership window that they do, it's still Swans, offence, defence. They're still up there in that extreme corner and the like. But it's been a terrible month, hasn't it? I think they've only won the one game out of 5. And I'm just wondering is that a great slump to have in July? Now you win every game in August. Is John Longmire foxing in this period of time, or have they actually lost a fair bit of what they were doing?
So you're saying the horse is foxing?
Jimmy! Yeah, well done.
Yeah. You have a look at the margins, not that you ever want to lose, but they had a shot after siren in one of them, a couple of points in another. So they've hardly been embarrassed. It's probably the first time that their list has been truly tested. Because remember, for the first 12 to 13 weeks, they played the same 26, 27 guys. So it's unbelievable. So they're getting tested now as far as their depth. You'd imagine they would have done a little bit of loading as well, because they pretty much had their top 4 locked away for quite some time. So I think always the question I think everyone's had throughout the year before, even when they're winning, is how consistent is Marty, Logan McDonald and McLean going to be as actual key forwards? And we've seen Marty's kicked 9, but then he's had a bit of a dry patch.
Yep.
And then are there key backs? Are they big enough? So McCartan does a good job, but can Melican take the opposition second best? And I think sides think, well, that's their opportunity. So I don't think they're the absolute runaway as we thought they were in the first 12 weeks. They're getting tested for it.
Jimmy, before you go, you got your Olympic goggles on. Have you got gold fever like us?
Absolutely. I love watching the obscure sports.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because there's something about it, and I mean this with all great respect to them, it is the ultimate commitment. And I'm not diminishing basketball and tennis and things like that, but if you don't make the Olympics, you can have an incredible career, you can make millions, you can live in mansions, everything like that. But these people after the Olympics, they'll probably sacrifice, mum and dad's house to get there. If you're doing weightlifting or judo or karate, and I don't know, there's something nostalgic about the passion of that. They're just so committed to their sport that I just love watching.
Yeah, I like watching the sports like skateboarding, and you sit there and you with your partner, your wife or whatever, and you say, God, how useless was she? Then you find out she's 14 and you think, stick your manners back in, Stephen.
It takes you back to just, popping an ollie or grinding in Rundle Mall, doesn't it? Like, just takes you down there, doesn't it?
Tail flip or whatever.
Yeah, just doing a quick kick flip on your way into 5AA.
Oh, God. Well, Jimmy, come on, we're going to do it now. Crows take on Geelong. I know you're GWS, but you're a Geelong great. We haven't won there for 13 years. Yeah. Give me a couple of goals in or whatever, and we'll just get a black gut Shiraz on it.
He said Port 185 last time.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, do you know what I'll do? I'll give the reverse Mozza, which helps Port Adelaide. And you ready, all the Adelaide fans? Because, clearly this is a serious prediction. It'll be Geelong by 235 points. There we go.
Jimmy, leave the humour to me. You're not a funny man.
Yeah.
Well, he's been good tonight.
He has.
Because I know how appreciative Timmy was for it and how serious everyone took my last estimate of an Adelaide side going to Geelong. So this will help you. So what I've got to do is I've got to tip the Cats by such an enormous amount. That'll help them get home, the Crows. So I'm trying to help you here.
Okay, well, I don't quite believe your sincerity there, Jimmy. But anyway, let's do it. Thanks for your time, you star.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Jimmy. We love you each and every week for Statesman Windows. Just before he goes, you know that you said you like watching the obscure sports? Just made me think. I saw John Cleese on X the other day, and he's obviously watching the Olympics.
Funniest man on earth.
You know what he said?
What?
He said, I'm hoping that we'll get a bronze medal for the underwater artistic skateboarding. Now, you don't get rarer than that.
Hey, that'll be coming in 10 years. Just watch out.
Exactly right.
Ricky Gervais says hello, but that man is just
Very
a genius.
Funny. Jimmy Bartel for Statesman Windows, Adelaide's boutique window company, trusted by the best builders in Adelaide. And just like Jimmy Bartel, they're elite performers, consistently delivering at the highest level. Need the best windows? You got to go to Statesman Windows.
All right, it's 21 after 5, but you really know what time it is.
'Cause I'm Timmy G.
It's time to get you some 5AA locker room tickets. A double pass to the game against the Swans on Saturday. They can be all yours. Just take part in Timmy's quiz right now. 8223 0055. We'll play straight after the break and we check your traffic.
Crash at High Marsh to look out for on the drive home tonight. Port Road near Sacred Heart Church with some delays. Slow for works at Wingfield at the moment. McIntyre Road near the Golden Way getting busy at Mawson Lake. Salisbury Highway near Eldersmith Road and down to 80 k's on the Southern Expressway to Halloran Hill. That's for the road winding at Majors Road. Cameras, Fairfield Terrace, Semaphore Park and George Streets at Norwood. Quitting smoking is hard, but so is heart disease, emphysema and mouth cancer. Choose your hard and choose to give up for good. Visit health.gov.au/give up for good. This message is brought to you by the Australian Government, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Problem? We have a Houston.
Houston, snap on goal!
Port Adelaide lethal leg Dan Houston joins David and Will each week on 5AA Breakfast, thanks to Barreau Hotels. For the perfect meal, visit the Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior or Lighthouse Wharf. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Harris Scarf clearance sale is on now. That's right, massive clearance sale on now. Save big on bedding, kitchen, electrical and women and men's clothing. Deals won't last, so hurry before it's gone. Exclusions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
We use a text. I can't believe Rose criticising skateboarders. Didn't he crash a scooter in the 5AA studio? Yes, I did.
That's true.
Yes, I did.
And you got penalised for it.
Yeah, okay, no name. Sneaky pizza pan delivery today?
No.
Yeah.
No, Tuesdays only.
Timmy. Doesn't matter what the day. Pizza Pan is open every day. Imagine this. They've got a variety of hot, fresh pizzas to choose from using a house-made dough, all topped with premium South Australian produce. On Tuesday, I can smell it coming up Grenfell Road.
It's awful.
My gut rumbles, and I go, I hope they have pepperoni, super supreme, large pan size with extra anchovies.
Well, last night we were absolutely privileged. There was a dessert one last night. Now, for those that love their dessert...
Who ate
that? Sam took it home. Sam
Did you,
Tugwell
Sam?
took
I
it
did,
home.
actually.
And what was the report?
Very good.
Yeah, because it was
Massive
Nutella
fan.
with a bit of cherry ripe
With
on
cherry
top.
ripe slices all over the top
Yeah.
and then a little bit of icing sugar on top.
So how did you get to take the whole
your
thing?
lovely fiancée,
You guys all
what
left.
was the assessment from Amelia?
Big A+.
Big A+
Yeah.
for Pizza
We'll be going
Pan.
back.
Don't you love it?
Wow.
Get around it and do what Sam did. Take it to your family, get your friends involved, the footy club. Jump onto pizzapan.com.au. Get it from Uber Eats. You'll taste the difference.
And here's the thing. Any day, every day is Pizza Pan Day.
And your Hendrix Gin, sir.
Thank you. So why the cucumber?
So Nathan,
Yes.
why is radio advertising on the menu for Hendrix Gin?
Well, it really allows us to talk to consumers at the most appropriate time of day.
Gin o'clock.
Exactly.
The creative really landed the Hendrix Gin personality.
So what, do you think cue more radio ads in the future then?
Absolutely. It works.
Discover how investing just 11% of your campaign budget into radio can double its effectiveness. Search commercial radio.
The business sector has had incredible advances in AI. One solution can show you how AI can streamline your business, introducing efficiencies you never thought possible. You'll save money and time, unlock new growth avenues, and you'll be keeping up with the rest of the business community. With AI and One Solution, you can innovate, optimize, and excel across every facet of your business. One Solution will show you how. onesolution.net.au, a Platinum Telstra partner.
Gone are the days of bulky solar panels. NRG Solar is ushering in a new era of sleek, efficient solar technology. With just a few panels, harness the power of the sun like never before. The equation is simple. More efficiency, more savings. Join the revolution with NRG Solar. Discover simplicity at 1275 South Road St Mary's or online at nrgsolar.com.au. NRG Solar, for a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes after 5 on this Wednesday, we have Where Are They Now with Rick Charlesworth moments away. But first, we've got to get some lucky winners into a 5AA locker room.
'Cause I'm Timmy G. Hottest tickets in town.
Oh, I tell you.
Tomorrow we're going to give away hot tickets as well. Can we preview that?
Friday.
Thunderbirds, stay with us because you can't
Otherwise,
get 'em.
you'll have people waking up in the morning for events that
Yeah,
aren't there.
you can't do that. Jordan, we want to send you to watch Port Adelaide beat Sydney.
Yes.
Here's Timmy.
Okay, Geordie, for the locker room tickets. The question is, and I'll give you a range, Port defeated Sydney at Football Park in round 12 of their 2004 premiership season. So we're talking 20 years ago. How many points did they win by? It's between 60 and 80.
Ooh.
72.
You are kidding me. Jordan, how'd you know that?
Oh, that was a lucky guess.
That's a lucky
That's
guess.
unbelievable.
It's the first cab off the rank gets that. That's unbelievable.
How
he had a
often does that
20-point range and he
Yeah.
says 72.
He
That
pulled
is
that out of his
100%
blacker.
correct. They
Yeah, well done.
absolute cracking win, which you can't believe. Sydney went on to play, obviously, a premiership the following year. So that's a big win by Port Adelaide 20 years ago. You, Serve, just had a massive win. Who are you going to take, Jordan?
Going to take the wife, I reckon.
Yeah, well, that'll be the right thing to do to stay in the good books.
Yeah.
So, well
Good
done,
on you,
mate.
Jordan.
Well played, mate. Well, have a great time.
Thanks, Jordan. We've got a lot of unique home-style food texts as we come up to 5:30. Along this line, with regards to Stengel, if the AFL wants to get serious about drugs, get him tested to see what he has in his system, Rob. Now, there's a lot of scuttlebutt. I don't know what the word is. Speculation that he had an illicit drug in his system. We don't know. Now let me tell you this. Whenever you go to hospital and you've been comatose, they'll give you a blood test and they test you.
They'll run tests.
And they'll
right
know
away.
exactly what it is. So I would be absolutely gobsmacked if the club hasn't got those results.
And or the AFL.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Of course they would.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, Rob. So
Yeah. 29 minutes after 5. We're going to take a quick break for the headlines, and Rick Charlesworth will join us live in Paris for Where Are They Now?
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
There is a chance that we'll get one with the men's act, Stuttery Cook. And
how about that swim? Did you see
it? It was amazing.
That was
he was
ridiculous.
Trailing and just stormed home the last 20, 30 metres, didn't he?
Felt a bit sorry for Jose Velasquez de la Llave, who was the Mexican who was out front. He came last.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Hey, ¿qué pasó con este australiano? What's going on with this Australian guy? He come from nowhere. Hey.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Her mum's on the phone while she's on her skates.
Careful, honey, don't get too close to the road.
She rides from the top of the driveway to test how fast she can go. And suddenly...
Wait, stop!
She's testing your brakes too. Stop and take time to ensure your car stops in time and the brakes are all you hit. Let Automasters test your brakes before someone else does. Call 1300 Automasters.
Drums, please. Unprecedented, unparalleled, unrivaled. For the very first time, Edwardstown Mazda is offering discounts greater than 10% on all Mazda demonstrator models. Every demo, every model with a minimum discount of 10%. Plus a minimum trade-in of $2,000 on your old vehicle. This offer is exclusive to Edwardstown Mazda.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. It's been a frustrating day for some South Australian travellers booked to fly with Rex Airlines. Beverage brand Bilson's, which make cordials and pre-mixed alcoholic drinks, has been placed in voluntary administration. Israel is yet to formally respond to the death of Hamas's political leader. And in sport, it's do or die for the Matildas when they face the USA at the Olympics on day 5. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
Crash at home, much to look out for tonight. Port Road near Sacred Heart Church. Slow for works at Wingfield. Grain Junction Road near Dunstan Road. Getting busy at Winvale. McIntyre Road near the Golden Way. And down to 40 k's for works at Mawson Lake, Salisbury Hoe and Eldersmith Road. Cameras tonight. Jetty Road, Largs Bay and McGill Road at McGill. Power up Android on Telstra. Supercharge your creativity with Google AI on Android. With Australia's best mobile network. Search Telstra Android deals. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly clear tonight down to 9, mostly sunny tomorrow 18. Right now it's 15. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
We chose to use Paint Professionals because they were referred to us by a previous client who was very impressed with the work that they had done and recommended them highly to us.
Paint Professionals turned the job around so quickly from the initial quotation straight through to completion.
Paint Professionals provided us with a very professional service. We're extremely happy with the outcome of it.
Painting an entire house or just a room? Make it a great experience with Paint Professionals. Visit paintprofessionals.com.au.
Feel good health catch on with Bupa. Get up to 10 weeks free when you join Bupa on eligible products. T's and C's apply. For award-winning health insurance, search Bupa 10 weeks free today.
Starring Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, The Gay Divorcee was nominated for Best Picture at the 1934 Academy Awards. See it at the Capri Theatre August 4, screening at 3 p.m. Plus, live on stage prior to the movie, Michael Griffiths plays Cole Porter from 2 p.m. with the bar open from 1. Book your tickets now for this iconic comedy romance. The Gay Divorcee, plus Michael Griffiths plays Cole Porter, August 4 at the Capri Theatre. Tickets from $15 at capri.org.au.
Her mum's on the phone while she's on her skates.
Careful, honey, don't get too close to the road. Wait, stop!
Let Automasters test your brakes before someone else does. Call 1300 Automasters.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 27 minutes to 6. Ebony Marinoff to join us soon. New Crows co-captain for the AFLW season, which is coming up very, very soon. And right now, of course, we'll take your call shortly, 8223 0000. But we have to get to Paris. We have to do Where Are They Now with a great fella, Rick Charlesworth. All thanks to Walco, again at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up. Get your Walco Guardian pool cover now.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Well, I tell you, when we reminisce, and this is Olympic time, and a man that, what a career. This is just phenomenal. I can't get to it all, but look, he played Sheffield Shield cricket for WA. They won the Shield 4 times, exactly. Then went on to play hockey with the Kookaburras, 227 games, 5 Olympics, silver in 76, won the World Cup in 1986, gold there. Then went on to coach the women's hockey Roos. They won 4 Champions trophies, Olympic gold in 96, 2000, Commonwealth gold. Then went on I thought, oh, well, might as well do the men's now, the Kookaburras. Champions Trophy a couple of times, World Cups, I reckon, 3 times, Coms Gold 2010, it just kept going. On top of that, a doctor, an AO, Federal Member of Parliament. This just goes on and on.
Can't count that one because it was Labor.
Well, I tell you what a man, what he can't do, we're going to find out. Rick Charlesworth, our guest. G'day, Rick.
How are you guys?
Oh, well, that's a phenomenal record. I mean, when you sort of look back on it, did you enjoy the playing or the coaching more?
Oh, I think there's nothing better than playing, but unfortunately you can only do that for a short period of time, can't you?
That's true, yeah. And, this is where are they now, Rick? Are you in Paris?
I am, yeah. I'm in Paris at the moment. I'm in the heart of the town, actually.
Wow.
Staying in a lovely little street and having an interesting time. I've got to go out to watch some matches this morning. I'll be there most of the day.
Yeah, right. So you're involved in a leadership role of some sort, or?
You won't like this at all. I don't think, given your politics, what it sounds. But I'm working with China.
Really?
Well, I think the interview's just finished in a grinding halt there. Rick Charlesworth.
Well, I know
what?
He's worked with a lot of countries. Worked with India a lot, haven't you, as well, for coaching and the like. So, what's your role there?
I'm one of my former players is the coach, and she asked me if I'd help out, and I got involved, and it's pretty interesting. China's a fascinating place.
Yes, it is. Wow, well done, mate. Well, go back to your career. Let's go right back. I mean, the cricket into hockey. Did you play both growing up? Was that part of your sporting background? You just got involved in everything?
Well, the world was a different place then.
Wasn't
I mean, footy and cricket were, winter and summer, and hockey was winter and cricket was in the summer, so you could do both. So I was a student at university and playing. I used, in the summer I played cricket, in the winter I played hockey. So they were both going together.
How did you balance it all? Because you're also a doctor, you studied. How did you balance it? Your time management skills must be elite.
Oh, it was pretty difficult, I mean, you had to, the cricket season would finish and the hockey season would start the next week. I never had a weekend off until I was like in my 30s. So that was pretty hard, and I was studying, and then after I finished working in the hospital. But, you found a way, and it was, a difficult but interesting time. And we, as I said, there was a demarcation. Then a lot of my mates who played cricket, of course, during the winter would go off to play in England, and I'd start doing the other. Yeah. But there were guys, you'd remember someone like Noddy McCauley,
Yes.
We opened the batting together for WA, but he was, of course, a very good footballer, all Australian, I think.
Yeah.
So, that's the sort of thing that Derek Chadwick was another one from Western Australia who, was a very good footballer and a field player. So, that's how it worked. I mean, the guy who played now our hockey club was a guy called Graham McKenzie.
Oh, gee whiz, he bowled right, yeah.
Yeah. So he opened the bowling for Australia, but he was also a state player in field hockey. So, that there were quite a few. Ross Edwards was another one.
Some big names.
Next to Ross,
Your stick craft, let's call it that, in hockey was elite. I mean, you basically nearly changed the game. So did your cricket help your football, or your football help your cricket? Because one thing about hockey, when they whack it, you can stop it dead. So being an open batsman, how many times were you bowled? I don't reckon ever.
Well, I think the hand-to-eye coordination in the game was similar. The ball's exactly the same size and weight, so that wasn't too hard. I was an opening batsman, of course, in those days where there were lots of good fast bowlers around it, and we didn't wear helmets. So, it was a different world in some ways. You really had to watch the ball.
Well, you could teach a few of them that now. Let's go straight to the Olympics. WA under-17, straight to Munich in 72. What a buzz from then to be in the first Olympics. Rick, tell us about the honour of that for a hockey player.
Yeah, it was extraordinary experience. I was 19 when I got selected, and we went to Munich. I'd only played a handful of games. It wouldn't happen these days. Mostly, but in those days, the team was selected in January. I think I was playing cricket, actually, when I got the message that I'd been selected to the Olympic team. It came out of the blue. I was very surprised, but it was an incredible experience. I was studying that year, third year, and, I spent a lot of weeks away, so it was testing time. But like Munich was an incredible experience. Unfortunately, there was a terrorist
That's right.
attack halfway through the Olympics, and it looked like they might be cancelled at one stage. And in some ways, it was a fantastic venue in Munich. The facilities, the weather, the place was, and then the terrible terrorism occurred, and from then on, in Montreal, we didn't go to Moscow, unfortunately, and then Los Angeles and Seoul. So over that period, I would have gone to 5 Olympics, but we only went to 4 because of Moscow.
Yeah, which was boycotted, of course. In that time, I think there were some times that Australia were favourite, perhaps for the gold medal, and we didn't quite get there, and it makes it very difficult sometimes when you go in favourite, doesn't it? Sometimes, and the opposition you're chasing.
You play. It's a hard medal to win at the Olympics. You play for 2 weeks, and I played in a couple of teams that were undefeated after the round games, and then lost in the semi-final. And we had a very good team in '76. We got to the final. We probably blew it that day. We lost that day, but our team was very young. 4 years later, we were probably at our best, and we didn't go. So. That can happen. In Los Angeles, we were undefeated to the semi-final. We lost in the semi-final on a ball that was hit from outside the scoring circle. These days, you've got video referral. You'd go to the refs, they'd say, no, it's not a goal, and you'd play on. So, and those small margins decide things, I mean, I watched the game yesterday. The Kookaburras lost to Belgium, and it 6-2, which is a big score.
Massive.
But the Belgians hit 2 goals that hit the inside of the post. Our guys hit the post twice and it bounced out, and suddenly the score's a different game, They hit a ball, I've never seen this before, hit the flagpole on the corner and bounced back into play, and Belgium scored. I mean, I've never seen that in 50 years.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't a final.
Yeah. Well, but I think I wouldn't. The score looked terrible, but it wasn't
as bad.
The actual play wasn't so bad.
When you finished your playing career and you get offered to coach the Hockey Roos, how much of your experience playing could you, I suppose, lean on, especially when they win in 96. They're going into 2000. This is Australia's home Olympics. The pressure on to back it up would have been enormous, and I suppose not losing that feeling of being you're confident, you are the favourite, but being able to back it up must have been hard. How much were you able to pluck in on your own career to help the girls win that back to back?
I think one of the reasons I think. I was fortunate to have a very gifted team. If you want to succeed in coaching, you better have good players.
Yeah.
But I, the bit I can take some credit for, I think, is that over a decade we won everything, and that's hard to do. And but going into Sydney, the pressure was immense, and you just try to focus in on the task. I think one of the things that helped me in my coaching is most of the stuff that had gone wrong as a player, I had solutions for.
Yeah.
And the important thing in coaching is preparation. And we were well prepared. We spent the time. The players worked hard, and if you get there and you've done the preparation, then you can feel confident about the result. You never know for sure because there's so many things that can happen that can upset you.
Yeah. Hockey Roos champion trophy in 93, 95, 97, 99. The World Cup in 94, 98. Gold medals at 96. I'll never forget the 2000 Sydney Olympics because we had a couple of people we love in that team. And Kuala Lumpur gold. It's an outstanding record. I know you've written a couple of books, bestsellers, and I implore every young coach that wants to coach to maybe read them. What were your cultural traits, your non-negotiables? What was, if I was to say, what is the Rick Charlesworth stamp, what is it?
Well, I think you insist on quality. You never take shortcuts. You have to, in your preparation, everything you do, you have to cover all the bases, but you never accept second best. And so, the critical thing is that you have to train at a level and a rate that is harder than the match. And we spent decades doing that, and over that period of time, we developed a team that was 10 or 15% better than the others, and that allows you to realistically keep succeeding. I never would have thought it was possible when I started that we would win all of those things, but over a period of time I thought if we work harder than the other teams, and then there's no reason why we can't. And of course you're talking about Haslam and Peake too.
Yes.
And Kate Allen, three girls from South Australia who are in our teams.
Oh God, they were great. Rick, a doctor, Olympic player, a coach, a WA Shield cricketer, captain, politician, an Order of Australia, author of 2 best-selling books. What's left? What's left for Rick Charlesworth?
Helping out friends in Paris.
We're all hurtling towards the inevitable. So you try and keep doing things. I'm happy to get up every morning and still be sharp and interested in what's going on. I mean, this little team from China has gone from 14th in the world to 6th or 7th now, and we're a chance here. And so it'll be, I'm absorbed in that. I've got 5 children all over the country doing different things, and you delight in their successes and what they're involved in. And I've got grandchildren, everywhere.
Oh,
so that's exciting.
Rick Charlesworth, love you, but growing up, that is, not metaphorically or whatever you call it. But if your Chinese team beat our Hockey Roos, I'll never speak to you again, Theo.
Well, it is possible. I think we might miss each other, but it is possible we could meet in the quarterfinals. We'll see what happens.
Well, mate, whatever you touch seems to turn to gold. So it seems like you might be on another path in Paris for China. But look, we'll keep watching on with a keen eye. And the career that you've had was unbelievable as player, coach, and as person, just outstanding, mate. So everybody I've spoken to that's had anything to do with you has just said, well, it leaves an indelible mark and makes you a better person for the future, mate. So you keep doing that while you're still hurtling towards the inevitable. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Oh, Rick, one last one. You were at Fremantle for a while. Are they still your AFL team?
Too right they are, and I'm very happy. I'm texting with Justin on a regular basis, and I'm pretty pleased with how they're going.
Okay.
Essendon this weekend, that could be a bit tricky, but, they want to keep winning, yeah.
I know you're our guest, but I hope they lose too, Rick. Thanks for your time.
Rick Charlesworth, our guest. All thanks to Walco, of course, brings us the Where Are They Nows. They're at the centre of the biggest cover-up. You put it to bed. It is winter. You got to do it right now with a Walco Guardian pool cover.
Excellent work, Timmy. Hey, just an update before we go to a break from the women's triathlon. News for our South Australian competitor. Sophie Lynn has come 21st, so unfortunately she's a little further back from the front. Natalie Van Cove-Orden was our other Aussie. She came 42nd, had a crash on a bike halfway through. So the men's triathlon is coming up at around 6:15, but amazing they even got it underway, really, when we looked at what was happening yesterday, and the water pollution levels were
I reckon the
too
next
high.
couple of days we'll find out how that's gone.
That's an interesting story and how that's played out. In 24 hours, they're allowed to swim in it. Anyway, let's check your traffic out there. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods. Get unique pies, sausage rolls and donuts from your local independent supermarket. Unique, it's time for something better.
Great to look out for at Hindmarsh. Residual delays there. Port Road near Sacred Heart Church. Slow for works at Wingfield. Grand Junction Road near Dunstan Road. Getting busy at Port Adelaide Commercial Road near Charleston Street. And down to 40 k's at Camden Park, Anzac Highway near Morford Road for works. Cameras Jetty Road, Largs Bay and Hallett Road at Stonyfell. When the lucky country isn't so lucky, lucky you're with Amy. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au and consider whether it's right for you. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Catch all the action from the Olympic Games in Paris as 5AA brings you Nines coverage live each evening from 11:30. Don't miss a minute of the action as our Aussie stars set their sights on gold medal glory. Tune in tonight following Leith Forest as we cross to France for Nines coverage. Paris 2024, live from 11:30 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
At Simplicity Funerals, we have been keeping funerals simple and easy for over 40 years. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
It's time to say cheese to savings this winter at Coles with Australian-made Coles Tasty Colby and Light cheese blocks. 1 kilo down to just $9.50. A kilo of cheese at a tasty $9.50. That's great value, hands down, at Coles.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Want a grey caravan at a bargain price? Don't miss the Going Gone sale at Adelaide Custom Caravans. On now, Main South Road, Darlington.
Off-season is smart. Off-season is smart.
Yes.
Looking to book a winter break without breaking the bank, are you?
Yeah.
Swap the sofa for a city stay, a starry night sky, a steamy spa, or an outback bar. Light up your winter with the hottest deals on accommodation and experiences. This is the time.
Could be for you, Stephen. Reignite your sense of adventure by exploring South Australia as it comes alive in the winter. Now, you've got fiery events, long lunches, world-class wine, awe-inspiring natural experiences, and it's time to winter our way in SA. Yeah, they love a rhyme with the last-minute getaway.
Yeah, if I had 4 days off now, I'd tow my boat to Coffin Bay.
Oh, lovely.
I'd order an Airbnb.
Oh, beautiful.
Go to Port Lincoln, maybe. Oh, honestly, we are so lucky here.
Oh, let's have 4 days off.
Can we? I got a little scratch in my throat, Timmy.
SATC.
I got a little bit
Take
of
that for it.
Laryngitis. Yeah, there you go. Imagine escaping to a cabin in the forest, cuddling around a campfire, swimming with cuttlefish, or treating yourself to a city hotel stay. As simple as that is a holiday.
And done it many a times.
Yeah,
Love it.
lovely.
Leave the winter blues behind. Visit southaustralia.com/holidays-deals SA. Winter our way.
Hi, Brett Ebert here from Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash, and your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Meet for a cup or a coffeelosophy. Move your body at Hatha Yoga. Invest your wellness at Devar House. Repair your leathers at Ideal Shoe Repairs. Print your family photos at Hutt Street Photos. Stop for an aperitif at Barterino. Order lunch at Chianti. Spice up your senses at Ragi's. Grab a classic pub meal at Arab Steed Hotel. Sip your favourite at Hutt Street Cellars. Whatever your reason, Hutt Street is worth the visit. After all, it's your corner of the city. The best corner of the city.
Don't let the sun set on your energy savings. With NRG Solar's cutting-edge batteries, your energy independence lasts long after sunset. Enjoy the freedom of solar, even when you're not home. Experience the future of energy. NRG Solar's new warehouse is fully stocked with wholesale solar and battery equipment. See it for yourself. NRG Solar, 1275 South Road, St Mary's, or call 1300 858 160 to explore a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
6 minutes to 6. Ebony Marinoff is only a few minutes away from the Adelaide Crows. She's been awarded co-captaincy alongside Sarah Allen for the 2024 AFLW season. She'll join us after the 6 o'clock news. But right now, we want your calls, 8223 0000.
This one's a bit rude. Unique home-style food text. Yeah. Rick Charlesworth. He sounds like he's had too many Ruston Blackgut Shiraz. He's
like a bit gravelly in the throat.
How old would he be? 72?
He's 72, and it was about, I think, very early in the morning over there, about 7:40.
And pick the phone up for us, so that's a little bit rude, but I read that out because we got a credit in for Ruston Blackgut Shiraz.
Oh, is that why you did it?
but I revered him as a kid growing up because he played in the Sheffield Shield, Dennis Lee, Rod Marsh and all that, and was the captain. They won Sheffield Shields. From that, he was an Olympian. To a coach, he's a doctor. I mean, his resume, name someone that's got a better resume.
It's going to be pretty ordinary.
Oh, God, he's a ripper.
For everybody else, but how can one man have so much talent?
And read his book.
Yeah, I've read I think it's Managing for Success.
That's the one.
I've read that one. Let's go to Craigmore. Michael, you saw the Callum Peters fight as well, mate?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, just ringing up to say how unlucky for a young lad to go out like that. So,
well, he went down 3 judges to 2, so he wasn't far off, and all the scores were 29-28.
Yeah, he's especially after the Commonwealth Games last year where he got robbed from the gold medal as well, and then to go out the same way for such a good young kid from Davern Park.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Michael? He's got a future because we've met him. We've met his parents. He's got talent.
He was terrific.
And he's got fight in him.
Well, that's
good technique.
Right. Yeah. So, gee, I'll tell you what.
Fancy training for 4 years for that, and you get done in the first round, in your first bout.
Yeah, we saw it with Harry Garside as well. Like it's pretty brutal though, isn't it?
It is.
You're out. That's it.
It's knockout from the first game.
He was in, I think, the 80 kilo class. So Harry was in the.
So they don't wear helmets anymore. I thought
no, they don't.
They wore helmets.
Once upon a time they did. It was 3-3-minute rounds, and you wore a helmet because it was all about scoring points.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they've gone the other way. To tell you the truth,
he landed some beauties in the second. I think he had a standing count, the Kekistan. God, they got heads like a dead cat, don't they?
Well,
those Roosters.
Boxers, I tell you.
Because they've got square heads. They're square.
Not everybody is, no.
No, fair call.
No,
hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hi, Stephen. Tim. Yeah, just before I talk about what I want to ring up about, you were saying you should go to Coffin. You should go a little bit further up the coast and go to Beards Bay.
Yeah, Stephen. I know that. Maccafish is there in Foul Bay. But I'm telling you, Coffin Bay is the best place, the best holiday destination in the whole of Australia.
It's nice. John, sorry, what was the one you said? Beards Bay.
Beards Bay. Not far up.
It's a bit further up, is it?
Okay. Towards the Juno.
Right.
And Streaky.
But it's a good spot. You get plenty of big whiting there in the bay.
Mate, doesn't matter where the whiting are, I'll hunt them, mate. Big kitty slappers.
Anyway, getting back to footy.
Yeah.
Stephen, I'm really disappointed in the list manager of Adelaide. They missed out on Will Day. They missed out on Tracy. He's a gun footballer for Fremantle. Tracy. These blokes, how can they hold their job?
Yeah.
How can they hold their job?
Well, I've been saying that
might
for
be
years.
asking the wrong bloke.
Yeah, asking the wrong bloke, Johnny. I think he's serving a little volley for me to come down off the top turnbuckle.
He would maybe. But
we have a 5AA WhatsApp, don't we?
We do.
A WhatsApp. We share information.
It's a
work one. It's just between us, so it's very private, and we share our inner thoughts. We plan to do all of that. What did I just say? Have you guys got your phones? I sent you WhatsApp. So there's a photo of Caleb Sarong, who was pick 8 in 2019. And he's playing his 100th game. That kid's an absolute gun midfielder.
Yes.
Absolute gun midfielder. Pick 7 was Young. Hayden Young. A gun midfielder. 2 gun midfielders. Crow's pick was pick 6. So the caption was, Caleb Sarong's playing his 100th AFL game in a star. And the other one was, Fisher Magassi's having his 100th espresso martini.
That's a bit cheeky.
Sliding doors indeed.
Oh, dear.
2 minutes to 6.
Oh, dear.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
At Complete Care, we're more than just a care provider, we're a family. As we celebrate our 10th year, our mission remains the same, to empower our specialised team of carers and client service managers to help people living with a disability. We provide personalised services, including cleaning and home maintenance, to social support and transportation. We look after you like family, offering a warm, caring touch that sets us apart. At Complete Care, we're the company with heart. Complete Care, with a K.
Drums, please. Unprecedented, unparalleled, unrivaled. For the very first time, Edwardstown Mazda is offering discounts greater than 10% on all Mazda demonstrator models. Every demo, every model with a minimum discount of 10%. Plus a minimum trade-in of $2,000 on your old vehicle. This offer is exclusive to Edwardstown Mazda.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA.
Music of the Night, a spectacular celebration of musicals from Andrew Lloyd Webber, London's West End, Broadway and more. Music of the Night, coming to Her Majesty's Theatre, Adelaide, Saturday, August 10 at 2 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss it. Book at tickettech.com.au. Enjoy this sensational 2-hour matinee performance at Her Majesty's Theatre, Adelaide, 2 p.m. Saturday, August 10. Book now.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight, down to 7, partly cloudy tomorrow, 18. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Administrators for Rex say job losses are expected as they work to save the airline. The carrier has grounded all flights between capital cities, while regional service will continue to operate. The Transport Workers Union says up to 610 staff could be axed. Administrator Sam Freeman says the extent of the cuts will be clearer in the coming days.
There will be changes to the workforce. It's fairly clear that that's necessary given that when Rex is no longer operating its domestic capital city routes. So we need to work through that, and we need to work through it rapidly because there's an issue around employees' well-being and there's also an issue around the company having limited funding.
The opposition maintains the federal government is failing to address cost of living pressures. New data shows consumer prices rose 3.8% for the year to June. The government admits inflation remains sticky, but there are signs it's coming down. Acting opposition leader Susan Lee says Labor is not dealing with the situation.
Show me one Australian who feels that they've had the edge taken off their household budget, their anxiety for themselves and their families and their future. Australians will not get these years back. They deserve a proper economic plan.
We've had our first look today at the successor to the Netball SA Stadium at Mile End. A concept video has been released of the new multi-sport facility to be built when the current structure is demolished. It features improved lighting with 26 upgraded outdoor courts, more indoor courts, new change rooms and better food and drink facilities. Premier Peter Malinauskas has defended the $92 million spend.
I know there are people who are critical of investments in sports infrastructure. What they need to appreciate is we're not just investing in sports. What we're investing in is young people participating in healthy social activity, getting off their phones and learning lifelong lessons that people can get from the power of sport.
Israel is yet to formally respond to the death of Hamas's political leader. Hamas says Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Iran, with the move sparking concerns about an escalation of tensions in the Middle East. Former ambassador to Israel, Senator Dave Sharma, says he was a central figure in the militant group.
Ismail Haniyeh was Hamas's political leader, effectively their prime minister, so he was always considered to be a legitimate military target by Israel.
A daily dose of peanut powder will be given to babies as part of a national program to treat peanut allergies. The treatment is being offered free to children under the age of 12 months through 10 hospitals across 5 states. Director of the National Allergy Centre of Excellence, Professor Kirsten Perrott, says the program has the potential to expand to other allergens and age groups.
But we need to evaluate how well this program works. Its safety, its efficacy. We need to look at the long-term outcomes on the individual, the family and the health system. Things like quality of life, long-term outcomes are really, really critically important before we start rolling it out to more allergens, more age groups.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Meet Crows and Port AFL stars at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
To the Olympics, and Day 5 in the pool in Paris looms as the biggest yet for Australia. Shane McGuinness reports.
Australia is a genuine chance for as many as 3 gold in the pool tonight. The men's and women's 100 freestyle headline the program. Shayna Jack, Molly O'Callaghan and Kyle Chalmers all vying for gold. In the men's 200 breaststroke, Tokyo champion Zach Stubblety-Cook will take on local star Leon Marchand for gold. This morning here in Paris, it's all about the heat. Jenna Strauch and Ella Ramsey feature in the 200 breaststroke, while Lizzie Deckers and Abby Connor line up in the 200 butterfly.
To footy, and the Crows have held their main training session ahead of Saturday's twilight clash against Geelong. Riley O'Brien says the Cattery is always a challenge.
Last couple of times we've played pretty well there and just gave them a shake, but we haven't quite got it done, so we'd love to go down there and get the win. So it's been obviously a while for the club, but we really rate our chances and look forward to going down there and playing our way and getting the win.
Port also trained today. They face Sydney at home on Saturday. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Unleash the night at the Crazy Horse Review, where every show is unforgettable. Hindley Street.
At Murray Para West, a crash to look out for Curtis Road near President Avenue, but no great delays there. Works at Wingfield, Grand Junction Road near Dunstan Road. Slow for activity at Teacher Gully at the moment. North East Road near Perseverance Road, with the camera at Tapley's Hill Road at Fulham. It's the Multivan Sale event at Volkswagen. Enhance all your adventures in the Multivan range with a $3,000 factory bonus and a free 5-year care plan. Ends September 30, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 9 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 18. Friday, a shower or two, 17. Saturday, partly cloudy and 15. Right now, it's 13 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thanks, I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. Interest rates now tipped to remain steady after the inflation rate grew only slightly. South Australians are being assured Rex regional services are safe despite the airline going into administration. And Kyle Chalmers swims for gold in the 100 metres freestyle tomorrow morning. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
All over Australia, homeowners are saving money with a free Bendigo Bank home loan health check. Whether it's refinancing, investing in new property, or lowering your loan repayments. Let Bendigo Bank give your home loan a full check-up to make sure it's still right for you and your needs. New or existing customers, find your better home loan at Bendigo Bank. The better big bank. Lending criteria, terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
Hi Grandma, ready to go?
I was born ready. I've got my selfie stick.
Grandma, do you have to video everywhere?
My followers want to see the next exciting pair of shoes for my collection from Gilmore's. Can't let them down.
We better not keep your fans waiting.
That's right. Let's go to Gilmore's and see what's new. I reckon I'll get over 100 likes this time.
Soon they'll be paying you to advertise.
Oh, do you think so?
As an influencer, you never know. Gilmore's Comfort Shoes, South Road, Melrose Park.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
7 after 6 on this Wednesday evening. Driving with Dixon coming up tonight at around 6:30. So stay tuned for Charlie Dixon's Motoring Show. And we've still got time for your calls as well. If you want that $50 Pals voucher, still got that time. 8223 0000.
Ebony Marinoff, 3-time premiership player, 6-time All-Australian, couple of club champions there. There is one accolade, and that's captaincy. Timmy, you were a captain.
Yes, it's
what
a privilege.
Eb, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes, very exciting. Very exciting.
Now, you and Sarah Allen, what sort of captain do you want to be?
Well, Nettie McHenry asked me this before, and I had to really think about it, as you can imagine when someone like that answers it. But I think just the way I go about my business, I work really hard. I'm a competitor. I care for all my teammates and the staff and build strong relationships. So hopefully that will hold me in good stead.
Well, Timmy said to me all the time, and I had a great captain in Machead, you've got to do it by example on the field. Tick that box. What do you like at communication and building relationships? Is that a natural part of who you are, Eb?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I talk to a brick wall, as you probably know. But yeah, I think probably just getting a little bit older and maturing and really diving into what makes people tick is probably something that I've worked on and really dug a little bit deeper over the past few years. Naturally, as our list has gotten a little bit younger and we've gotten a little bit older, that's just a part of our responsibility. But I'd like to think so.
Hey, congratulations. It's a great honour. Yourself and Sarah, have you decided who tosses the coin, or will you toss the coin for that?
Yes, we will toss the coin for that. Apparently that's what Chelsea Randall and Aaron Phillips did, Phil Harper tells us. So we'll keep that tradition up. I think it's the fairest. What do you reckon, boys?
Oh, I like it. Call heads, though. Always call heads.
Always, okay.
Nah, tails never fails.
Oh, come on.
So we've got
You're on the same page.
We've got an argument already. I love it. You mentioned about leadership style as such, but you said about talking to a wall. I think I might have seen you do that, but you haven't been a shy kid, have you? I mean, I saw you grow up at Our Lady Queen of Peace, and you're a kid that was always out there, always talking, I think always leading.
Yeah. Well, I think it just comes naturally to me because I am quite loud and friendly. Like I love talking to people. I love knowing people's stories. Like I feel like I'm not nosy. I'm actually just genuine, interested in people's lives and where they come from. And I think probably my parents split up when I was quite young, so I had to mature a little bit older because that's just how my life kind of panned out that way. But yeah, the leadership kind of come a little bit later in my career, I guess. I've been in leadership group for a few years now, but at the start I was probably just that kid that was just finding her way, and we've been pretty successful here, but naturally over the past few years I've really found, I guess, a role, or the club's found a role for me. The players have backed me in. So, yeah, it's amazing. It's such a privilege, and I think, yeah, Stezzy and I have been playing footy together since we were about 13 years of age, so it's pretty cool that we get to share the privilege and the pressures that will come with it.
Yeah. In the press release, it actually mentioned that you want to influence and guide your teammates. Were you sort of already doing that?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so, but I think on that, I was really lucky when I came into the pathway all those years ago. I had someone, the name of Corny Cramey, take me under her wing and show me the ropes and things like that, and I'll never forget that. I'll be forever grateful. And, I just know what she did for me, and, I've always had that experience, so I want to be able to give back because I know that I wouldn't be here without that experience. So if I can give that to someone else and then they can do that to someone else, I feel like it's a pretty nice train to start because, yeah, you don't realise how much an influence people have on you until you reflect.
Crow skipper Ebony Marinoff, our guest, in rare air as the captaincy, following on the two people, Aaron Phillips and Chelsea Randall. What an honour. Round one, Crows v Port, Alberton Oval, Saturday, September 31. My math, that's 62 days away. Eb, how's pre-season? Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. We did a bit more match than what we've been doing on Monday, and I'm ready to go. Honestly, pre-season's been fun and I love it because I do love the grind. But I'm let's just go now. But no, we have a month to kind of just hone all our skills and our scenarios and things like that. But I feel like we're ready. It's been, I don't know, you feel like you're just talking like everyone else because everyone's fit and firing and healthy. But the way we ended our season last year with a disappointing loss to North by 2 points, and then prior to that game, losing to Brizzy in the first semi, I think there's a lot of drive that's coming out at these training sessions and the intensity and just the girls' ability to, I guess, that anger and frustration from last year to hopefully, 10% get better as an individual, then that will collectively make us better. I think it's exciting times.
Didn't North just beat you by 1 point? Do you reckon it was 2? Doesn't matter. You lost.
Oh, no, well, yeah, we lost by 3 points. So we lost by, I think it's 2 because we lost by 1. So our final series, all up, we lost by 3 points.
Oh,
total.
That is just
heartbreaking.
So you're still the hunted. You're still the team to beat. I don't care what anyone says. I think Brisbane would say hello to that. They've been up there a fair bit. North last year, the winner. What are you working on as a team? Where does the incremental improvement come from? What's going to be the trend change this year that Doc Clark's coaching into you, Eb?
Yeah, it's a good question because there are a few changes just with when you review and you look back at what we did. Our scenarios when we needed to win a game, we probably didn't really nail last year, and we fell into, down the line trying to find something. But if we can use the ball a little bit better when we need to go, I think that's something we've been working on, our fast ball movement. I mean, Doc doesn't shy away from wanting to play exciting footy. He'd rather us lose and us play exciting footy than boring defensive footy. So we'll be pretty attacking, but hopefully just having been able to hone on those scenario-based training, if we're 3 points down or we're 3 points up, I think that will hold us into good stead come season and still continue to just play fast, exciting footy. We saw Neve Kelly, shine last year and still continue to use our runners because they're very exciting and fast.
Hey, Rowey mentioned the first showdown, the first game, Alberton Oval, Saturday, August 31st. How does it go in the Marinoff sort of family? Because Uncle Stephen is a mad port man. He grew up loving that Guernsey. And your old man as well, exactly. So it must be confusing for them when they go and watch you play.
I don't know if you'd ever met my dad, but he's the most devoted power man on the planet's Earth. So, but as you can imagine, 8-9 years at this footy club, he does now go for Adelaide Crows women. So he wears a women's shirt. He is embedded into this program. Asked me 7 or so years ago, probably not.
There you go. I love it.
Well, Erin's dad, the great Flipper, used to strut around in a cooch in a crow's top.
Yeah,
it's called Family Lovers.
Yeah, we washed him down afterwards. Took him down to Car Lovers and sprayed him down.
Oh, God, I love that bloke. Hey, Eb, congratulations. Sarah Allen, Ebony Marinoff, co-captains for the AFLW Crows season 9. All the best. Have a great pre-season, 62 days. I hope you smoke the living gizzards out of Port at Alberton.
I hope so. Thanks for having me.
So that first showdown, round 1, Alberton Oval, it is going to be a huge game. It'll be live on 5AA as well. Tickets went on sale on Tuesday, so just yesterday if you want to get yourself down to that game. Port Adelaide will be wearing the prison bars, Timmy, for the first time in AFLW football.
I've never seen it. I just saw some of the photos of the captain and a couple of the other players. Looked fantastic. So, I'm looking forward to that.
Very impressive. 16 after 6, your time for your calls next, 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
For the very latest in local footy, tune in to the 5AA Sandful Show each Monday from 6:30 p.m. It's tradition, it's excitement, and it's beats, eats, and footy fun with your mates. Sandful, nothing beats it.
Big movies are back on big screens at Reading Cinemas. Twisters will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's storm chasing on steroids. And the most intense big screen experience in years happens at Reading Cinemas with A Quiet Place, Day 1. Shh! What was that? See it bigger and better at Reading Cinemas, Elizabeth and Westlakes. Get your tickets at readingcinemas.com.au.
Hey caravan buyers, listen up. Want a great caravan at a bargain price? Then don't miss the best going, gone sale ever. Our landlord has sold the property and our lease can't be renewed, so we've got to be going, gone, quick smart. And so does the great range of new and used caravans we have in stock. So be quick and grab your dream van from Adelaide Custom Caravans at a never-to-be-repeated dream price. But hurry before they're all going, gone. Get to Adelaide Custom Caravans today, South Road, Darlington.
Use your outdoor area all year round with Louva House. They're in the market leader. They are the market leader in transforming your outdoor space into a great entertainment area with an opening and closing roof.
It's probably a really good time of year to actually start speaking to Louva House because this is the time you want to get it, plan it, council approval, bang, and then get some of these features. Have a listen. The perfect combination of airflow and sunlight as you need it. Plus, you can use it day and night, options like LED lighting, and when the weather maybe, starts to rain, rain sensing technology kicks in, keeps everything dry and protected.
Yeah.
How good.
Visit the showroom. That's the best thing to do. See for yourself. Everything is manufactured right here in SA from the highest quality materials, then distributed across Australia by an SA family-owned and operated business. They are the best kind.
Well, they're not far. If you go Tapley's Hill Road and you go down, the old Hendon used to be Phillips Complex.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah,
you go
just
down that
there.
Circuit Drive and then
wow.
you'll run into the Louva House.
Louva.
That's how easy. Don't wait. Call them today. Organise a free, no-obligation design, measure and quote. But if you can't make it there, they'll come and see you. Entertain outdoors all year round and see the light with Louva House. Visit louvahouse.com.au.
Take advantage of savings that cannot be ignored across the Mercedes-Benz SUV range. Visit your nearest Mercedes-Benz retailer or explore the range online today. Terms and conditions apply.
What's the quickest and most affordable way to add noticeable value and street appeal to your home? Easy. Fresh Front it. Fresh Front is Adelaide's #1 rated pressure cleaning company, making tired homes and businesses look new again. Pressure and soft washing your entire home, driveway, pavers, retaining walls and windows. Fresh Front do it all with care and expertise, plus a money-back satisfaction guarantee. Ask now for special winter rates. Visit freshfront.com.au. Looks like new.
At CMAX Clinical Research, we're on a mission to revolutionise healthcare. By participating in a clinical trial, you can help pave the way for a potential treatment for primary biliary cholangitis. If you're aged 18 to 65 and generally healthy, you could be eligible for this CMAX study. Upon your successful participation, you'll be paid for your time and commitment to help advance medical research. See if you're eligible today. Log on to cmax.com.au and look for the PBC study to find out more.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
20 minutes after 6 on this Wednesday night. Driving with Dixon coming up very shortly. A couple of texts here. One saying, any new players or pickups this season in the AFLW Crows team? I have gone just quickly through that on the back of Ebony Marinoff. So a couple of new draftees for the girls. Brooke Boylow and Tamara Henry come in. They've got Lily Tar Linton, who's an agile tall forward who's going to come in, and a rookie listed Irish athlete in Amy Boyle-Carr who joins the team. For Port fans as well, Kirsty Lamb jumps over. She's an experienced recruit from the Western Bulldogs.
Premiership player with the Bulldogs.
That is a really big pickup. A couple of others you'll be excited about. Shanae Goody is a star from the Sample W, played youngster from the Eagles, under-18s pathways product Molly Brooksby, and Piper Window will join the team as well. So
good
some
ends.
good names
Good young
across
ends
the comp.
there.
How good a name's that?
Yeah.
Piper Window.
Great. Well, it's the great Gary Window's granddaughter.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. How's
Gary
that?
Window.
Yeah. How good's that? She won the Sample McGarry medal, basically, equivalent. Yeah,
How good is that? Hello, Graham.
Great player.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Yeah, excellent, Graham.
I'll just digress on my actual main subject. You just interviewed Rick Charlesworth, and I played hockey all my life.
Ah, right. Where'd you play, Graham?
At Grange.
Oh, Grange. Yep. Good club.
Rick Charlesworth was revered. He was a little bit before my time, but we all knew him as a brilliant coach. And, you know, in the AFL, have you heard the term zoning?
Yep.
Guess who introduced that?
Rick?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
He
Is
worked
that
for
from
a couple of AFL clubs, and now zoning's a
Yeah.
major part of it. It's where you don't necessarily stand on the player, but you cut the hold off.
Yeah.
So you
And the
stand where...
Which is what hockey was very
where they're
good
going
at.
to kick.
Yeah. So, Graham,
So
it's
he just-
interesting you say that, because I reckon he may have had a conversation with Jared Neesham, who introduced it to Fremantle in the very early days that he was there.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at.
There you go.
The guy's a master.
Oh,
Absolutely.
master.
He's a legend, and he'll always will be a legend.
Yep.
But that's not a ring about, Jim. Now, you can get Rowey on this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Don't worry about Rowey. Can you remember way back, just a long time ago, mate, so your memory has to be pretty good. And I went to this game.
Yep.
It was a trial match at Football Park, or a scratch match, or whatever you want to call it. Pre-AFL, I think it was, Port Adelaide versus Collingwood. You were playing.
Yeah, it was 1993. It was in February.
93, yeah.
And we took
you
on...
were both wearing black and white,
Correct.
remember?
Yeah, so the build-up, Graham, was that we were trying to play any AFL team we could to try and keep perpetuating our opportunity for the second licence. So that game was set up in the February of the pre-season of 93, and they had Monkhurst and Tony Shore and all those guys from the 1990 sort of premiership, and it was touted and built up that week, Graham, that we were going to wear something different that was a prelude to perhaps getting in the AFL. So as players, we rocked up to that game getting pretty excited, thinking we were about to wear something completely different. And as we rocked up, I looked into the change rooms thinking I'm going to have this unbelievable Guernsey, and there was my lace up. So nothing was different.
Oh, I just Googled it, Graham. You could probably hear it in the background. Yeah, it was 1993, a trial match with Collingwood. Collingwood won 13-12-90 to Port 13-9-87.
It was a good game. It was a great game to watch.
Yeah, it looked like a bloody big crowd. And Collingwood had white shorts.
And we had black.
With their white and black jumper.
And we had
you
the
had
hoop
black
socks.
shorts. Yeah.
Hoop socks, yeah.
Oh,
That was
God,
the
it's
only
hard to
difference.
watch.
Yeah.
No, well, it's terrible quality, but I thought there wasn't all that much confusion. Occasionally there was, but I don't think there was all the players were all that confused.
Graham, I reckon there was probably only 1 or 2 mistakes total. It was quite staggering, competing, like in close and the like, just how, I suppose, majority black we looked and how majority white they looked. So it was actually quite good in a night game. Go figure.
That's back pre-Eddie Maguire days.
I'm just trying to watch it while Graham's on.
You're making a lot of noise.
Very good crowd.
Do you know how to mute?
You ever muted
It's
on YouTube before?
Well, no, I'm not technically minded. It's about ready to bounce. Ronald Smith on this side wing. Little Timmy G's in there I can pick up.
Yeah.
Steve Williams.
Yeah.
Brownie.
David Brown.
David Brown's in there.
You know that they kicked the first 5 goals.
Did they
Before we scored.
Wilds?
And David Wildy's calling
Wilds.
it, correct? It's the radio call over the top of the vision.
And the old 5AA logo on the outer side wing.
Yeah. We're
Got a couple of West End drafts.
We're getting a plug, 5AA.
Timmy, couple of Winnie Blues.
Yes, indeed.
Winnie Reds and Winnie Blues.
Beautifully done. All right, we'll cut that off. We've got to take Mick from Parafield Gardens. Thanks, Rowey.
Oh, there's Dacos. There's Kutch.
Will you mute that?
Oh, sorry, Timmy.
We got people calling
Hello,
in.
Nick. I got
Mick. His name's Mick.
It's nostalgia.
Come on, g'day, Mick. How are you, mate? Watch
Hi,
it
Mick.
afterwards.
I was doing a chordsy. Mick!
Rowie, you finished yakking yet?
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Mick. Sorry, mate.
Now
Sorry.
I'm on the plate.
Yeah, you're on.
Go for it, Mick.
Hey, listen, I just got a query. I don't know whether you blokes know the answer to it, but I always thought that when the amateur boxing on was at the Olympics, they wore
helmet
headgear.
Yes.
Yeah. And I noticed last night when our fella got
Callum Peters?
into the ring, and there was no headgear. I was just wondering, what's the story there? Do you know?
Oh, we had a text saying Rio was the last year they wore headgear. So how many years ago is that? 8?
Rio was 2016. So
Well, there you go.
Well, I'm seeing pictures from Tokyo. There's
They're wearing
pictures
headgear?
of headgear. So
I don't know why
All
it would
right.
come off. I would have thought the exact opposite would be the go. Mick, it's a good pickup.
Thanks, Mick.
Thank you very much for that. But
Clearly does nothing for
I
you.
think a $50 Powers voucher for Mick.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, because he was rudely interrupted. I'm going to
I was doing a stud. I was in my own little world.
You were,
But
weren't
I
you?
was testing myself how many players I could nearly name every one of Port's players.
Well, you know what?
We do have to teach you how to mute that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not technically minded.
It's easy.
I thought that was good radio, to be honest with you.
A little bit of background sound effect.
Timmy.
Well, the
all
best
due
thing is,
credit.
Rowey, we're out of time, so you can go home and watch as much of that as you possibly want
Watch
at
the whole
home.
game.
It's 27 after 6. Driving with Dixon next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
2,000 jobs may be at risk.